so far, including Unlimited 2. Welcome officially to the league, C-Rod of Major Push Wrestling. You, of course, can all watch that forum on Papa Gino's channel, of course. That me, C-Rod, Gino, Matthew, Dave, yeah, that's everybody. I didn't forget nobody. Also, shout out to Darren, our Canadian friend Ash, Walter Cruz, Steve-O, Richard Morales, Dwayne Atkinson, Michael Peters, Spec_Space, best name ever, that have filled out the predictions in so far. Of course, you guys, your predictions matter too. Let your predictions be known in the chat. The forum, of course, be available in the chat here momentarily. And you will have until, because this is early and WWE actually has given us this Backlash early, you will have until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live Saturday, May 9th to make your predictions final. With that being said, let's go around and introduce the panel. First and foremost, been a while, but it's good to have, as always, the Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams with us here, despite the fact this is Backlash, but this should be regardless entertaining nonetheless. He just got done, I believe, with some midweek shenanigans in our interview. The hardest working man not named Walter Cruz in the Super Liable Studios. Always good to have the CEO of said brand here at Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams. JJ, how are you this evening? How you feel about WWE Backlash Tampa?
Before I say anything further, I want to take a moment and sincerest sympathies to the family of Ted Turner, who we lost the other day. I want to take just a moment, if I may, moment of silence for the passing of Ted Turner, for without him, we would not have had the Monday Night Wars, which arguably is the greatest era of professional wrestling.
If you would please sit or stand at your seat, as I will toll the bell 10 times. Ding. 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 Thank you. Thank you for that lovely tribute, by the way, JJ, and absolutely 100% agree. For without Ted Turner and his influences in entertainment and media, especially on the world of professional wrestling, we would not have professional wrestling today as we know it, nor the scope or the idea of what it could be, especially through Turner Networks, of course, Turner Broadcasting Systems and Turner Network Television, of course, brings to us currently AEW through the encouragement of what he started all the way back in the 1980s, honestly, with this brain idea that Tony Khan now continues to break through with AEW. So, again, great tribute, by the way, to you, Toy Schiavone, and, of course, Sting, who Ted Turner and Turner Networks will follow till the end of time. So thank you for that, JJ. And that being said, now we return back to Reggie's scheduled programming. And I'm glad we did that here versus Saturday Shenanigans, because this seems more appropriate. That being said,
back to your question at hand, I'm looking forward to Backlash. I mean, Backlash is always, as you kind of jokingly called it, a filler pay-per-view, filler PLE. It's usually WrestleMania night 3, you know, the night of rematches, but we don't really have that this year. So that's a positive. Some things that I'm very much looking forward to. I'm wondering if there's going to be a bonus point for one match, as there is a mystery partner looming.
That will be discussed, and that is officially part of the Predictions League forum. And of course, predictions, folks, are subject to change both on this forum and outside this forum. As again, the predictions are only final and official if you fill out the form or tag me directly. Of course, you both will receive it after this feed concludes. Please continue.
But yeah, so there's some stuff I'm looking forward to, and let's just have a fun PLE.
That's all you can do to make anything out of professional wrestling. Something entertaining. As long as it's fun and engaging, whether here or whether our call or whether you watch it live or on demand. Just enjoy life, enjoy professional wrestling. It is truly as simple as that. It's my ear freaking got popped in again. And again, here at Cinema Studios, that's what we want to encourage in all of you. Good to see Darren and Matt, and of course, Nick at Nick Belief, Nicholas Ferrantes. Appreciate you too. And shout out to the missus, brother. Hope that you are doing well. And I highly faith that's unlikely in all likelihood. But again, you're nice. I only can encourage kindness. I cannot force it. Nor would I ever force it because I feel it should be genuine, nor do I believe it requires a receipt. It should just come naturally. Simple as that. And may that always comes across here, even under my low expectations, less than 100% feeling well, and how I feel about Fed PLEs in general, especially under the ESPN era. Different conversation for another day. But thank you very much. All right, that being said, will he play the trap card, the magic card, the monster card? Will he play it down? Will he play a defense mode? Will he play it in attack mode? Will his life points hit 0? Will his prediction score hit the top of the league? You and I, and even he don't know, but we all appreciate the founder of Interactive Games and Movies and one of the MVPs, the VIPs, the must-sees, the must-hears of Simply Predicting, Emmanuel Dominguez. Emmanuel, welcome back here once again to Simply Predicting. It's good to see you, my friend. How you feel about WWE Backlash?
It's going to be an interesting card. A lot of rumors and talking in the wrestling community. Like, is it pure hearsay? Is people making this stuff up? Rest in peace, Ted Turner. I was not a WCW guy, but I know it brought a lot of work to wrestlers that, like, I did not know. Sting, DDP, the list goes on, and they made a career out of it, and that's what we miss about WCW, because for the longest time we had that burden, like who's going to beat WWE. Thank goodness for Tony Khan for AEW for having this legacy. That way, not that many people think WWE is the end all. It's okay to go to different industries, different promotions, and have that impact that WCW had. So that's my thought for Ted Turner and what he did for the business.
Respect. Thank you for that. And folks, stay tuned to some of the shenanigans. Of course, we'll be discussing Ted Turner and so much more after our coverage of WWE Backlash. Again, Backlash for me, it's always going to be the filler, with the whiplash, the withdrawal from the previous season. But you do hope that something bigger builds out of it ahead of the next big PLE, that is SummerSlam, which of course is also going to be 2 nights. But nonetheless, I will say there's at least one match that I believe that's going to steal the night from a competitive standpoint, and I'm hoping the aftermath of another draws me in what's next for a particular championship, if not something in general for the WWE as I know it. But without further ado, Simply Predicting community, panelists, professional wrestling fans, sports entertainment enthusiasts, Fed investors, and anyone else in between, whether you're Joanne from Cleveland or Joe Schmo from Kokomo. Let's get right into it. So again, folks, this is WWE Backlash. The only way to watch this forum will be through the ESPN service, ESPN Unlimited. It starts, get this time, officially 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you will see the first hour of this forum on ESPN 2. Of course, you also can watch it on Netflix internationally if you are not on the United States, but you are in Canada, much like Ash and Nick, or in other forums. And we will be coming here live in the Super Reliable Studio, so stay tuned to see who will be on the call with before we transition into the Week of the Moderate Conversation Wrestling match that is the Saturday Shenanigans. That and so much more ahead here, as always, at the Super Reliable Studios before it transitions into predictions, league breakdown with me and Papa Gino on the following Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. Shout out again to Gino, Matthew, Dave, and C-Rod, who will be there live. I did see your hand, JJ. You want to say something real quick before we get into things?
I just kind of wanted to put you on the spot with something here, because with this being early enough in the day, and granted, it'll be over by the time Backlash is over, but Collision is only an hour this week, and it's the Fairway to Hell.
Yes.
Would you like to cover that once Backlash goes off the air? Because something tells me you're going to need a cleanser in your system before you take the reins of the madness that is shenanigans.
I see. You don't want Superman tonight on the Saturday Shenanigans. You better have Craig Ferguson or Noah Ferguson host a late night show with Ash again.
I just don't want Noah to be all full of piss and vinegar.
I'm always that.
No, you're not. Not after you watch AEW, you're not.
Yeah, you're kind of right to a degree. Fuck it. Why not? I mean, hell, I haven't covered anything since WrestleMania, honestly. It's been a nice mental vacation and reprieve and a nice outlook on my life. Fuck it. Do both. Let's do it. Make it official.
Deserved it.
You
deserved it.
All right, make it official. Let's go ahead and do it. So stay tuned, folks. After we're done with Backlash, we will be doing a retro watch along, probably with a short 15, 30-minute intermission.
A little 30-minute break.
Yeah, on the Fairway to Hell, it is now official. Thank you, JJ. So stay tuned. All right. And yeah, I'm looking forward to also that because 1 hour and the SoFi Center, which is like a golf thing, I'm curious what the outlook is going to be. Nick, you're nice too. Everyone's nice. Again, that spread kindness, especially this month where it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Can't stress it enough. You're not alone or whoever you are and what you face. Take care of yourself. Be kind to you and kind to others. And take care of your mentality too. But yes, JJ, make it official. Let's fucking do it. All right. But let's go ahead and finally get into this Broadway. And speaking of looking to do things, I do wonder if Sami Zayn wants to put the Gingerbread Man not only to rest, but Trick Williams' United States Championship run to rest. Because speaking of rematches, how eloquently you put it, by the way, you literally got a rematch from WrestleMania here on this forum once again with this. It is the United States Championship as Trick Williams with that dude. Will be defending the gold. I don't give a fuck. Will defend the gold against Sami Zayn. Everyone's favorite. Well, honestly, I don't know anymore now because he is just one angry ginger. I didn't think Karen and Ginger belong in the same sentence, but he might as well be that. He has been nothing this year, but absolutely apoplectic in trying to get a moment, which he did, and then Trick Williams whooped him, and he got the moment at WrestleMania. Since then, we've seen the death of a gingerbread man, we've seen assaults, we've seen $1 bills spread everywhere. Good grief. I guess that really shows the value of rap nowadays, but that might be accurate. Nonetheless, there's not much more to say. Again, considering this is not even a month out since WrestleMania, it's a fucking rematch for the United States Championship, where a guy in a gingerbread man suit seems more important than the title itself. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Just someone tell me, dude, what are we doing? I feel like I should play the Seinfeld thing. It's a match about nothing. How we know it's over? But anyway, nonetheless, United States Championship is on the line. Do we really think that one of the hottest rising stars currently in WWE who just won the title of WrestleMania is going to lose that momentum and playing hot potato with this title? Do you really think this is worthy of a best of 5, best of 7 series? Do we really not have nothing else where we could be running Trick Mello game possibly, or Ilya Dragunov, or somebody else? Like, seriously? What are we doing? Nonetheless, for those that don't know, Sleepy Dating goes like this, and we're just going to keep it super simple because there's only 3 people here. Everyone will get to say their piece. Usually it's a dissertation based on quantity and quality of the card and the size of the panel. This is as simple as it gets. Bottom line, I'm kicking things off. If we don't whoop that Trick, I expect this man to freaking be on his own soapbox. Quite literally. I'm going with Trick Williams for the win. Trick Williams is still the United States champion. It can't get simpler than that unless you find a way to kill a ginger. That being said, let's go to JJ next. We're going to go clockwise, or in this case, the triangle is going to go from top left, top right to the point. I guess it's just a normal triangle. What do you call a triangle with 3 angles of the same degree? Right? Not right triangle. And it's not
Triangle of Terror.
No,
Triangle of Madness.
I like the Triangle of Madness. Jamie Hayter hits hard. I'm a hater, and Jamie Hayter and Sky Blue had an awesome match. By the way, Mina, next time check your partner. What the fuck? Dadgum. Freaking Oof Man almost lost himself. Worse than Eminem. Shout out to Gavin with Oof. JJ, go ahead. Speak your thoughts on this match. Triple M, Sami Zayn. Does the Gingerbread Man return back to life? And does Sami Zayn crumble once again under the pressure?
Look, all I'm going to say is justice for the Gingerbread Man. Now, my question is, does the gingerbread man know the muffin man?
I'm not gonna
Because
lie.
that could be a tag team.
I was gonna make that joke, and I'm so glad I didn't because I knew someone else was going to. Also,
I'm,
damn it, fuck this. This match should be brought to you by your local bakery because I'll probably be eating cupcakes during this versus the match engagement itself. Go ahead.
seriously, how this match isn't brought to you by Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines is beyond me, or
Thank
Pillsbury.
you.
Like, seriously.
Thank you. Like, thank you. Continue.
But I mean, look, I've heard a lot of people, a lot of discourse online about the whole gingerbread man thing. Clearly, they weren't in Vegas watching the Sandman fight an Invisible Man. Okay, anybody that has an issue with the gingerbread man does not watch independent wrestling. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But
Okay.
for real, WWE has fired so many people. We've cut so many tag teams as of late. Can we just get the gingerbread man and the muffin man as the tag team champions?
I mean,
Can we make that happen? Because I mean, there's no tag division, so we may as well make a farce out of it.
Yeah, you might as well, honestly, and that would be a different type of entertainment, especially this era. And maybe they would get a bacon endorsement. You
And
know, I mean,
WWE's PG anyway for the kids, right? So the gingerbread man and the muffin man, like, come on. But yeah,
it,
I've got
prices-
Trick Willie too. Trick Willie and his lemon pepper steppers. Let's go.
about to say we're not on Drury Lane. We're on lemon pepper steppa inventory the
And that's
territory.
another thing. How do we not have a Hot Wings Wingstop or something endorsement with the lemon pepper steppers? Like, come on.
Okay, hold on. Time out. As a part black man, I'm just gonna say this: Wingstop and black man. You're telling me that's not stereotypical, JJ? Come on now. The Trick Williams is better than that.
Are we going to seriously sit here, Noah? Look me in the eyes virtually and tell me that the WWE has not played the stereotypes before. Tell me that professional wrestling in general, even AEW, has not played into stereotypes before. Go ahead, I'll wait.
No, you're right. I would just
stop me when I'm telling lies. Let's
no
just
lies
do the
detected.
thing.
No lies detected. But I'm just figuring maybe one iota of
So,
time.
so you don't want to do Wingstop? Cool. McCormick spices, lemon pepper.
It's different, it's different. I mean, Raising Cane's was founded by a white fireman, and Colonel Sanders, all white suit. Okay, this is getting into a whole different type of territory, and I think we're getting into a bad area here. Shout out to Charles Schultz. That being said,
at least it's the black man saying it, and it's not the white man saying it.
And this is why America believes in unity. For I had a dream. Never mind. This is way out of here. And my ear.
Saying, we got a bacon endorsement because of the gingerbread man. We've got a wing endorsement because of the lemon pepper. You can do a McCormick spices or something along that lines. Like, let's go WWE. Let's make a thing out of it here.
Oh my gosh, this is turning into.
Let's turn the title strap into a lemon pepper color. Like, let's do the whole thing here. Go full tilt.
All right. Well, we're talking about
Trick Willie for the dub. And the only way I want to see a best of 5, best of 7 is if it's Trick Mello.
Agree. That's the only one I would tell. Well, a Trick and Ela could also do it too, because my gosh, the drive for Trick to get the title of Ela Dragunov. That was one of the times I actually covered NXT television and enjoyed it. Let's forget Spring Break. Yeah.
That would be good, but I think there's more investment in Trick Mello.
Oh yeah.
Than there would be in Trick Ilya.
Yeah, Ilya and Mello is the game there. And again, both men got the kibosh. But that being said, good grief. Why don't you just make Lash Legend Mrs. Butterworth? Good grief, JJ. All right. Thank you, JJ. Trick Williams for the win. Manuel, I'm pretty sure even you agree with this prediction without bacon endorsements. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking the Pittsburgh Doughboy to be honest, as a sponsor. But I'm surprised at JJ. Shame on you, JJ, for not having a rest in peace memorial for the gingerbread man. He made a graphic for you.
This is professional wrestling. How many times did Eric Young die? And Eric Young is still wrestling on TV. I'm just saying. The gingerbread man is going to make his return at the PLE to help Trick Willie get the dub. It may be Lil Yachty in the suit, but goddamn it, the gingerbread man is going to get his revenge on Sami Zayn.
If the gingerbread man shows up at Backlash to cost Sami Zayn the championship, I'm literally going to flip the script and turn the watch along into a read along of the gingerbread man. I swear to God.
You guys heard it. I expect
Yeah.
y'all to hold him accountable for it because I'm not going to be here. Emmanuel,
No
you'll
one
be in the
wants to
chat.
hear me read a nursery rhyme live, JJ.
Then don't put your foot in your mouth, Noah. Every time you say some shit like that, you end up putting your foot in your mouth and you have to do it.
There is
Yep.
no way they would literally do this on a PLE. There is no way. For the love of God, come on now. Let's have a brain. Let's try and have some maturity here.
If
let-
I only had a brain.
the freaking, can we have some freaking maturity with WWE and wrestling? Who am I kidding? That's weirder than saying you entered the Twilight Zone. Okay, never mind. Upside down would probably be more normal and less stranger than this. Okay, thank you for that, Manuel. Everyone has whooped that trick. Moving on. It's 100%, by the way, unanimous amongst the 20 in the poll as Richard Morales has joined in. And shout out to Charles Saltz, who wanted to stop by before he got some rest, but say hello and to enjoy the madness of the weekend. That's putting it politely. And you know what will be crazy? Sami Zayn getting the belt back. Let's pull Randy Orton versus Christian for 2011. Now, that I said, I'm going to go have y'all have fun. Let's not and say we did. Besides, Randy Orton's MIA since WrestleMania. Where's he at? What's he doing? I don't know. Oh, wait. A movie, I think, or something. No, that's true. Wait, is Randy doing something like that? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think in this new era with 5-match PLEs, they're only having one world title per PLE.
Interesting choice, but
because I noticed that Roman isn't booked for Saturday night's main event, but he's booked for Clash in Italy. So Cody will probably defend his title at Saturday night's main event, and he may not defend it in Italy.
Is the Saturday night's main event still on Peacock? There are so many forms to keep up with WWE. It's ridiculous.
I believe it's on Peacock.
Yes, on Peacock. Yeah, yes, on Peacock.
Okay. Well, again, they want you to buy everything, so that includes every streaming service. Get your freaking wallet out and burn it to the ground, or
Hey, that was a good Raw theme song.
I mean, yeah, Nickelback also is semi-decent. If they put Nickelback as their official themes, maybe I'll find their PLE slightly more entertaining. But that being said, let's go ahead and talk about Seth freaking Rollins versus the dogs we let loose. But will he be spayed and neutered? Not by Bob Barker. You tell me. Because we're going to find out if he's ready. Seth freaking Rollins goes one-on-one with the unpredictable badass that runs 23 miles per hour, making Usain Bolt look like he's running normal. It is Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman. All right, guys, seriously, if there was one match on the show that made sense with the title and made sense with hold on, let me make sure I'm on the air to actually say this. JJ approved. Long-term storytelling. Thank you. It's this. Of course, last year, after Monday Night Raw, the vision was brought to realization, and then it became the vapor. And now Seth freaking Rollins is looking to complete the condensation cycle. Nonetheless, Braun Breaker, who cost Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and these two have jaw-jacked each other, as Seth says, you are the future. You could be the next top guy here. But again, what you lack is, we talked about mental health before, you lack the mentality. You lack what's up here. An architect always has a blueprint for success, no matter the cost, no matter the risk. That is the consistency that has been Seth freaking Rollins. But ever since the beginning of the year at WrestleMania, Seth has been Braun Breaker's worst nightmare. And Braun says that I'm going to make every day of your life a living hell until you are gone. The bottom line, folks, is Braun Breaker ready? Or does Seth freaking Rollins once again remind Braun Breaker exactly why he is part of his vision and has not surpassed it? Let's go around the horn and see what y'all think about the most anticipated match of the night for the actual match to be quality and for what could be ahead for these two men, particularly in what I think is going to be a series, not a one-off. Let's go around the horn and see what y'all think about this. We will start with JJ on this one. JJ, Braun Breaker's been your guy since your NXT. He was literally one of the first hot commodities of post-Black and Gold NXT, if not the first commodity of post-Black and Gold NXT, period. But let's face it, he's kind of been floundering ever since coming up to Monday Night Raw and, Intercontinental Championship, had the run, and then he lost it, and then he got injured, and then this moment and that moment. He's trying to speak, which is important, but he still is as shaky as a freaking Steiner, even though Seth called him not even the second best star in his family. And shout again to Rick and Scott Steiner, which, according to Steiner Math and Steiner Brother Legacy, maybe that makes sense. But a win over Seth freaking Rollins would really shut Seth up and would really raise Braun Breaker's stock. And with Paul Heyman possibly being the influence here, this could be Braun's night. But again, I think there's more to come for both these men from this. And I also think this is Braun Breaker's first real baptism by fire. Let's call it what it is. This is Braun Breaker's WrestleMania moment. Hosts WrestleMania to earn. Because if he wasn't injured, this would have been the match of WrestleMania. There, I said it. So, JD, what do you think about this? What comes from it? Who you got winning and how? Go ahead.
Well, I think there might be a lawsuit coming from this because I would like to propose an exhibit from 2020, if I may.
Okay.
That is a T-shirt of the Puerto Rican Pitbull, Gino Rivera, from 2020. Notice any similarities?
Yeah. Half dog, half man. It's black, though, not white. But pretty similar, in my opinion. Then again, WWE.
How dare you, Bronathan Breakereth?
Hey, it wasn't his choice.
Stealing from my boy.
It wasn't. It's WWE don't give a damn about your boy. They give a damn about putting anything on a shirt that could sell. All right? And maybe they took the influence from that design, for all we know, because we can't. We got lawyers. Gino can't do anything. There, I told you so. Quote unquote WWE brass. That's just the way they work, If they can put a fan, a literal fan, on a shirt and market it, they'll take any idea AI gives them, or they can steal from the independents for their own selfish gain. I said it. Anyway.
Hey, I saw a tweet from somebody the other day, and I actually messaged Jeff about it because their tweet made me think of the Red Crate of Hate gimmick that we used to have for a minute.
Yeah.
Said that now Money in the Bank is going to be called Loose Change in the Couch. With the 50% pay cuts and everything, the restructuring. But that's a shenanigans topic. At the end of the day, I've got Braun Breaker here.
Okay.
I think Seth is going to win the war, but Braun's going to get the first battle. And I know that on Raw, Braun succeeded twice in spearing Seth.
Pretty damn good, too.
So you would traditionally think that Seth would get his comeuppance here. But if Seth gets his comeuppance here, there's no need for the feud to continue. You know what I mean? It's like, I think, I agree this is going to be a series. And I think that exchange of looks between Seth and Roman before Seth came out on Monday night could potentially lead to something.
Foreshadowing.
Possibly an alliance, if even for one night. Because while they do have heat with each other, they're both baby faces.
Yeah, that's true.
And Roman, as champion, needs to fight all contenders, for which there's a contender in Braun Breaker. There's a contender in Logan Paul, whether you like him or not. Not so much Theory. 4 years ago, I could have said there was a contender in Theory, but with the way they've done him lately, he needs a lot of work to get there again.
He's still looking for his first setting on the pressure cooker. Continue.
And then we also don't know where Bronson Reed lies when he comes back.
Who has a
Is he still going to be with the Vision? Is he still a contender? Or is he going to be with Seth and, whatever? But I think Braun gets this one, and maybe down the road, because we do go to Saudi again, and I could see Roman and Seth versus whoever from the Vision.
Braun and a partner. Okay. Fair enough.
I know that they were saying that Roman may not go to Saudi, but you never know. If the paycheck is nice enough, he may go ahead and do it.
Right, for 107 children, apparently. I mean, according to that promo, I mean, you need solid money for that many people, that's for sure. And the TLC series ain't going to cut it. I'll have to mom eat your heart out. All right, but that being said, you got Braun Breaker.
Yes, sir.
Okie dokie. Manuel, believe it or not, he is in the majority. 70%. Believe it or not, it's not unanimous. 70% did go with Braun Breaker. 30% went with Seth freaking Rollins. I do want to put this in perspective, though, when it comes to what I think the length of this feud could be. After WrestleMania 39, Cody Rhodes feuded with the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar for a damn hard-hitting 3 series. Ironically enough, the first one was at Backlash. Puerto Rico. Who won that night? Bludgeon, bleeding, and maybe surviving? Cody Rhodes. What happened the following time? You can fill in the map. So again, Emmanuel, while JJ was pointing out that Seth doesn't need to necessarily win this because whereas Pugomera just stops, it very well could follow that same pace where we might see this program carry out to SummerSlam. But with that in mind, because again, WWE retcon, I mean, they're just saying you want to talk about other things that their business is not guilty of. Just saying. What do you think about this? Do you agree with JJ, or do you think Seth, who might I add, second match since coming back from his injury, and he's literally wrestling on PLE right at this point? What do you think?
I believe that WWE is gonna do if this business model of them pushing the younger guys to the next direction and to making bars. Braun Breaker needs to win this badly. There's no reason for you to have Seth Rollins winning this match. If he, like they just said, if he wins this match, like this Braun Breaker that better enough that just keep up spearing and spearing? Like we need to have some credibility with this guy if he's going to become world champion. Mm-hmm. And it feels like that's the right move for WWE right now because a lot of people are tired of the same old stars headlining the pay-per-views. So why not give this youngster a chance to prove why he's there and make it the semi-main event? Why not? Like it's worth the shot because a lot of people, even though he's healed, are going like it's becoming natural. Like he should separate from the vision at this point. Even though if it's Paul Heyman who there portrays a Braun Breaker, that's fine. But at this point, like if he stays in the vision, like it feels like a downgrade for him. Like, the vision does not need a Braun Breaker at this point. The faction, they're fine on their own. Like why bring that heat towards them when he gained popularity? That does not make sense. And to JJ's Gina Rivera's shirt, they're the East version. It's like Vanilla Ice. Da, 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 da. And mine goes. Da, 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 da. It's not the same.
Kelly Clarkson confused Vanilla Ice with Queen's Pressure, so that actually is accurate. So I'll give you that, and I understood that reference. Also non-copyright. That being said, Vanilla Ice, wackest rapper ever. Thank you.
I don't know. I've heard some whacker.
You know what? I'll take your word for it because I just think rap is whack in general. All right.
I mean, did you ever hear Macho Man's album?
No. And I'm pretty sure I never will.
And let's not forget that Brian Austin Green from 90210 and David Faustino from Married with Children had rap albums.
Oh, good Lord.
So I'm just going to throw out there, Vanilla Ice, probably not the wackest rapper ever.
Okay. But he definitely set a trend for whack rap. I'm just going to say that for the record. I think we all
that I will accept.
Okay, good deal.
There's still a couple of Vanilla Ice songs that I will bump and I think actually go kind of hard and are underrated. But for the most part, I will co-sign with you.
All right, fair enough. Okay, that being said, thank you for that, Emmanuel. He also got Braun Breaker. The thing about this too, guys, it's a grudge match. Braun Breaker being the uncontrollable, unpredictable badass, spearing Seth Rollins every chance he gets. Yeah, Braun Breaker, he kind of needs to be the guy that you take away as the focal point, the conversation of this feud. Doesn't need to win the match, though. That's the other thing. All he's got to do is maybe piss off Seth, who we know has a short fuse, and next thing you know, disqualification. It's one of those things where I don't think Braun Breaker needs to out-wrestle Seth. He needs to outsmart him. If Seth's saying the thing you're missing is up here, and Braun says he's ready, he's got to use this to prove Seth right. But that being said, I do think the smart decision here is you got to have Braun Breaker considered or declared the winner. If Braun Breaker does not get the better of Seth freaking Rollins in some capacity, in their first one-on-one match since Braun Breaker came out to the main roster, might I add, in this long-term story going a year plus later, what the hell are we doing here? Like, seriously, what are we doing? I don't know. What are we doing? And no one else in the Vapor needs to be part of this. Yes, the Street Profits and Paul and Fury, they have a tag feud going on. What do you do? This match brought to you by Domino's. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong pizza place. The Pizza Hut or whatever pizza commercial they play on Netflix. I don't give a fuck. But nonetheless, it's one of those things right now with this match. If Braun doesn't somehow prove Seth wrong about he's ready or he has a stronger mentality, then Braun will be forever stuck in the past as a Vapor of Seth Rollins' vision. Braun wins, or this thing is game over as far as I'm concerned. Simple as that. Now, what happens afterwards, whether or not they continue this in Clash in Italy, or they run this on Saturday Night's main event, or you get this somehow again on Monday Night Raw, yeah, the jury is out. But I do think one way or another, Seth's getting speared again. Seth's going to keep fighting, but Braun's still going to find a way to win. Braun Breaker for the win. It's unanimous on the panel here. All right. Well, good stuff with that one. Let's go ahead and move on to our next match. And as far as what I heard, courtesy of my friend Jason Steele, and we diced into this card at work, I believe these will be maybe the two matches that will be on the ESPN2. As again, to your point about changing the business structure, they're now doing the first hour on ESPN services to people. And apparently the first two matches, whatever they choose, which I believe were the two that we discussed, will be on ESPN2. Now, of course, cards have to change, schedules have to change, business have to change, blah, 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 blah. But let's go ahead and see what could start this thing off. And because there's only one women's match, fuck it, I put it right in the dead middle. And I'm just going to, you know what? If it wasn't for the fact that my ear is clogged, I would be ranting, hooping, hollering, and John overnight roasting this shit. Because, no, not going to do it. Again, I've been already freaking twisting my neck twice now. Here in my ear pop just twice.
Musa,
I'm fine.
breathe,
I'm fine. I'm fine.
breathe,
I'm fine.
breathe.
I'm fine. I'm fine. But we all
Ariana
know
Grace no longer has the Knockouts title. Breathe.
say that again.
Lei Ying Lee has the Knockouts title back. Breathe.
Yes!
The world's fine.
The world is healing! Finally! So the fuck out here, NXT! Okay, that being said, I'm fine. Let's go ahead and talk about Asuka and Io Sky, despite the fact it should be Kyrie versus Asuka, but that's neither here nor there. Thank you for that comment, JJ. That being
Figured I
said,
had to do something to help center you and calm you down.
that definitely helps. Maybe I will believe in this TNA once again, much like how I'm not going to say, no, we're not doing that tonight. We are not
Not
doing
going to
that.
do what?
Don't, JJ, shut up. I'm warning you. Shut up. We're going to
Emmanuel, who do you think he's talking about?
Emmanuel? Don't you say it. Don't. Emmanuel.
Giver.
Okay, good man. When the Gibber shows up, I'm going to freaking piss my pants. All right.
Oh, you mean Joe Hendry?
Yep.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
If that picture's not foreshadowing for something else we're going to talk about in our semi-main event, I'm just saying. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this. God bless it. Io Sky, Asuka, going all the way back to Japan. Freaking relationship of senpai and a student or young girl in Japanese terms. They've been feuding in and out here. And of course, the other part we're not going to talk about here because I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Nonetheless, these two are going one-on-one, where Io looks to surpass her master. And the fact that Asuka can't win at WrestleMania, I think the result is going to remain the same on this PLE. I can't remember the last time she actually won a PLE. Someone can look it up in the chat. Nonetheless, it's a grudge match. Last time we saw these two in a face-to-face, she got kabuki. She got friggin' misted in the face like Great Muta. That being said, the Genius of the Sky is looking to surpass Asuka on Saturday night. Now that Io is on her own, considering that Rhea is on SmackDown trying to redefine the SmackDown's women's division, although there seems to be a fatal influence coming into play. We now have this on Monday Night Raw where Io might be looking to take a step back closer towards maybe the Women's World Heavyweight Championship held by Liv Morgan. For all we know, one of these two going to be future challengers to eat a piece of gold. Well, world gold particularly, because we know who's going after the mid-card championship. But nonetheless, let's see what you all think about this grudge match. Does Io Sky ground Asuka and send her on her way out of her life? Or does Asuka remind Io, you're not ready yet for me? Much like I was talking about Seth freaking Rollins. And does Asuka miss her in the face again and beat her one-on-one? You tell me. Let's go around the horn and see what y'all think about this match. And, you know, sometimes working with no DQ is a real pain in the ass, especially when Mad Red Rip puts in a bonus point. Go ahead, humor your fantasy booking, panels us in chat. You're not only asking yourself who wins this match, you're asking yourself, does Kairi Sane show up? Yes or no? Let's see what you all think. And we're kicking things off with Emmanuel. Emmanuel, who you got winning this grudge match? And in an alternative universe where budget cuts are just something to, once again, remind how stupid we think the fans are, but also we use this to a storyline ploy. Does Kairi Sane show up and help her senpai or help her closest friend? Or at the end of the day, is she literally bon voyage, which is probably better for her, honestly. And does Io get the better of Asuka? Go ahead.
To be honest, no, Kyrie. For the IWC fans who said they're sharing out there saying Kyrie. No, you weren't. You heard it. You might have heard it, but it's soft faints. If it was that our truth, we want truth. Which more louder, our truth or Kyrie saying, I raised my case? There's a difference, sadly, and I don't think that they used to bring Kyrie Sane back. That being said, like hopefully Asuka wins, but I think Io Sky's to surpass again Asuka at this point, because I don't know what else you do with Asuka at this point in your career. Do you put her in the main title? Like, what do you do with her with her being a multi-time champion at this point? Like, she accomplished everything in the WWE that needs to be done, except for the IC championship. But I guess that's something they could do in the future and build that up.
I mean, Asuka and Becky did have a hell of a program over the Women's World Championship. I do see what you mean there.
So at this point, like I'm torn. Like, I want Asuka to win. It'll build the momentum that she has. Io's has been in the downfall. She's been losing a lot. That's why it makes me think Io's going to win. So 51% in my gut says Io, 49 Asuka, but Io's going to win for me.
Wow, I haven't heard you give a statistical prediction like that since I don't know when, and I applaud you for that. Well done. All right, I guess I'll go next here. Here's the thing. For those that don't know, as I am Shinyan Pro Wrestling, by the way, shout out to our Canadian friend, Ash, in the chat. Giving her thoughts. Io and Asuka has the potential to steal the show. Looking forward to what they do next on the match. This match brought to you by Batty for Wrestling. Don't be a dickhead. Subscribe today to Batty for Wrestling. Always, Ash, appreciate you. You know you're always welcome in this forum, but I know you're probably tired or working. I do look forward to the next time you and I have a simple session or conversation. All right, that being said, as I was talking about earlier, Asuka, formerly known as Kana, her and Io Sky, as you know her, or formerly Romamu, They go all the way back to 2005 in a relationship in Japan where they first wrestled each other in a triple threat at A to Z. Over the years, they wrestled throughout Japan in FTO and primarily in Neo, the Neo Women's Pro Wrestling. Trying to get my words right here. But pretty much they've always had this one-upsmanship conversation where more often than not, Kana was usually the victor, to no one's surprise, I'm sure. The first time that Io Sky and Asuka actually faced each other one-on-one, to my knowledge, when I was doing previous research, was actually Saturday Night's Main Event in 2022. Io Sky won that night. So just put that in perspective. Nonetheless, though, it's one of those things now where if Rhea's the leading woman on SmackDown, Liv Morgan's the leading story figure of Raw, whatever reason, you got to build some capable challengers now to that top heel. And Io right now checks those boxes, especially if Stephanie's out injured. Damn it. So I think for Io Sky to be potentially to prolong a Judgment Day narrative, in my opinion, she has to beat Asuka. So that's one reason alone right there that I think Io needs to win. If Io Sky is once again going to stay out truly on her own on Monday Night Raw, she has to pick up a big dub. So I think that you got to go with Io for the win here. As far as Man River's bonus point, stop trying to freaking keep bringing people back through a revolving door, not a forbidden door. How many times you say, I'm sorry, we did this to you, just because you add some more yen to their paycheck? Kairi Sane is so much damn better than this shit. Pisses me off. So I'm going to say no, she doesn't show up. But I think also Io Sky is going to ground Asuka. To your point, Asuka's done everything. She doesn't need this necessarily. And if we're trying to push forward the current roster, and Io Sky is already a locker room leader, let's see if Asuka lets her student ascend above her. I mean, hell, let's put this in perspective. Io Sky's won at WrestleMania. Asuka hasn't yet. Sorry, not sorry. Facts are facts. Io Sky for the win. Kairi doesn't show up. I'm keeping it as simple as that. All right. And before I give it to JJ, let's take a look here. All right. Someone must be on some cheap sake. One person picked Asuka. The other 19 of you picked Io Sky. And apparently people have known the WWE to lie to the fans or be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't have done this. I mean, you know, when you release somebody, or let me get my words right. When you release the person that defines the storyline, just saying, you kind of fucked up. 14 people out of the 20 said no. Kairi doesn't show up. 70% said no. 30% said hi. Yes. Because maybe people believe that WWE will, repent their sins. Keep dreaming, folks, or keep praying. That being said, let's go to JJ to finish the thing out. JJ, what do you got to say about this women's match and lack thereof, Twilight Zone, Stranger Things, story element of Kairi Sane coming into play or not coming into play, and what's ahead for Io Sky or Asuka either way? Go ahead, good sir.
Well, in regards to Kairi Sane, because I know you don't click, I know you don't scroll,
damn right.
so I know you don't read the internet.
Nope.
But there was a rumor going around earlier this week stating that WWE is considering bringing Kairi back for one night only just to wrap this angle up. So that is probably where Aaron Rift's bonus question stems from.
Yeah.
Is that heavy rumor. And I could see them bringing her back for one night only, but she's not going to get re-signed like R-Truth did.
No.
So I think that is the thing here. And Sean, I'm about to put you in timeout because Roxanne Perez is not on this show. So your comments have nothing to do with what we're talking about. Thank you very much.
Please remember the disclaimer. If you want to dig into the conversation, super chat, pick up patches as simple as that. Otherwise, please stay on task with the current match. Thank you for tuning in to City Predicting, courtesy of Civil Studios. Please, as far as the men's brand, continue.
So I think
you're already adjusting this.
I think that the potential of Kairi coming back for one night is very possible. As far as who's going to win, we can use the same logic here that we just applied to Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. This is the WrestleMania match that was supposed to happen. Asuka has never won at WrestleMania,
Nope.
so she can't win here. If this
Well,
is the WrestleMania match that was supposed to happen.
yeah.
And, in honor for what a lot of us celebrated on Monday, May the 4th be with you.
Oh, boy, yeah.
There's a quote from A New Hope that I feel fits perfectly with this match.
Go ahead, Film Buster.
Darth Vader said to Obi-Wan before their final duel, "When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master." Io Shirai may have been the young girl. Io Sky has surpassed Asuka. Io gets the dub.
I already think she's done that before this match, and I love that analysis. And yes, I understand that reference. In fact, the
As
last,
well you should.
like I said, you don't have to be a fan. You just have to be a wee lad to know, ooh, red lightsaber, blue lightsaber, or you freaking know a few quotes, or you know Yoda, Anakin, Layla, Darth, Palpatine. I'm the one that literally, I'm the skinny man at work that needs to eat more, apparently, have more protein and more weight. Most of the people at my job, they'll envy me, and I'm the guy on their shoulder that's like, do it, do it, do it, give in to your sweet.
Look, I wish I had your metabolism, bro. For real, like I wish that I could eat what you eat and look the way you look, bro. You're what, like 150 pounds soaking wet?
You ready for this kicker, JJ? I'm 133 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a whole other 100 pounds on you, bro.
I'm a toothpick.
I'll give you 50 pounds of it so we can help fill you up and I lose weight in the process. How
I'm
about that?
eating. I eat twice a day. I don't have a huddled leg. I don't do anything special. I walk, for Pete's sake. Only 4 days out of the week. What do y'all want from me?
Josh Manfield has a hollow leg.
Well, yeah, and again, God bless him, may take care of himself. The last time these two went one-on-one, by the way, it was when Io Sky was the women's champion on SmackDown in 2023. Io won that night. That being said, again, Ash, always appreciate you. You know you're always welcome on here, too. But again, take care of what you need to. I look forward to you on Saturday on either call or, of course, the shenanigans. And again, stay batty. Again, folks, this match brought to you by our Neon Pro Wrestling fan, our Canadian fan Ash, Sky Today, bad for wrestling. Don't be a dickhead. Okay. That being said, it's Io, Kyrie, no. Because, again, that ship set sailed prior to WrestleMania, if not the Raw after WrestleMania, where Kyrie did freaking spitting bat fist cutlets Asuka's freaking makeup off her damn face. They should have pulled the trigger. Anyway, yeah, Io for the win. Okay, Emmanuel, I do see your hand. What you gotta say real quick? Wait, why do I go down to green? And no, we are not going down this road of the way of the Jedi. We are not doing that here tonight. Those days are done. We're done with those memes and references. You want to talk more about that? Start your pop culture podcast with Attila. Okay?
I know that more
Answer
than
first.
Yoda. I know that more than Yoda have a green lightsaber.
Oh God.
Because in Return of the Jedi, Luke's is green. As far as Mace Windu's being purple, there is a reason behind that.
Purple?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck?
And that's basically because Samuel L. Jackson told George Lucas, "I want to be able to find myself in the huge lightsaber battles."
Oh my gosh.
So his was made purple so that they could pinpoint where Samuel L. Jackson was. Hey, you're asking Star Wars questions with the wrong room. I am a huge Star Wars nerd, and this man does movies. So like, we can wax philosophical on this for a minute, and no one's sitting here thinking that we sound like the grown-ups in Charlie Brown, just wah 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 wah.
I hear lightsaber, and then.
But yeah, if you go and watch the prequels, there's a lot more greens than just Yoda. But Mace Windu's is the only purple.
Yep.
All I'm gonna say is red lightsaber for life because that thing looks badass. And I have plenty
Yes,
of
it
people I
does.
would love to use to cut their heads off. But anyway, that's a whole different conversation another day. Amanda, what you got to say real quick? And shout out to Dwayne Atkinson in the chat. And again, Ash, we love you. You're welcome. Also, damn all three of you and your pop culture influence. Continue. Amanda, what you got to say real quick before we move on to our semi-main event?
Yeah. Now that the Star Wars brought up, remember, I am the reigning, defending Jeopardy Star Wars champion.
Oh,
But
That's
by
right.
default,
I forgot we did that. I forgot we did that.
Yes, yes, he is. Mansfield tanked at the final Jeopardy question, and Emmanuel won.
Some point you're gonna have to bring that back on the if Saturday Shenanigans falls on May the 4th, just for freaking nostalgia's sake, JJ. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
down.
Ash versus Emmanuel.
and then second of all, if Kyrie was going to come back, you would think they would brought her name up. Like, would have said, like, look what you did to Kyrie. They would have said her name during that interview, but they didn't. They mentioned nothing in that.
That might be by
interview.
design, to be fair.
Yeah.
May 2030. May the 4th is a Saturday.
Stay tuned,
It's booked.
folks, for the return of Star Wars Jeopardy, hosted by JJ Trebek. Let's meet today's players. Oh my gosh.
Now,
Moving on. Yeah, about to say I may love game shows, but I am not the right host for that shit. And someone has to work the board. All right. Well, there you go, folks. The return of Saturday Game Night, courtesy of the Super Bible Studios. Bloody hell. All right. Hey, the force is strong with these guys. Let's move on. I don't know where to go from there. That was very sci-fi. Oh yeah, I know where we can move on to, because I am no longer Noah Foster. This is Noah Hausen. Noah Hausen, that's right, very nice, very simple. Let's go ahead and talk about Danhausen and Taghausen, shall we? Danhausen and Taghausen taking on the Miz and Kip Wilson. After Miz Kip Wilson embarrassed Danhausen, Danhausen wants revenge. Now Danhausen must find a partner. He does not know his partner yet, but Danhausen knows very many people, both very nice and very evil. Of course, Danhausen does not like doing work, but Nick Aldis did say, you find a partner, you get the match. He's like, oh, that's work, but okay, fine. That being said, it's Taghausen. So let's go ahead and talk about Taghausen. Here's the bonus for you. Taghausen, you get to define if the partner is not spoiled. It's a bonus point if you are correct in the tag partner Taghausen for Danhausen. Now, regardless, you're also going to decide on who's going to win okay, let's just be honest here. Do we really think that Danhausen's going to lose this tag match? Like, seriously? Are we just going to really try and even humor that idea? Okay. This is going to be the most entertaining thing of the night. Or at least it better be, damn it. It's Danhausen's first PLE match, by the way, since he crop punched The Miz in his tiny balls at WrestleMania. So let's go ahead and talk about Taghausen and Danhausen. Danhausen's fucking broke me in the worst way. Damn you, Danhausen. I hate you and love you. You're stupid and very nice, very evil. And damn it, you turned me to Noah Hausen. So JJ Hausen and Manuel Hausen will now also acknowledge Chad Hausen to see if Danhausen can figure out who Taghausen is for this match at Backlash Hausen. Let's go ahead and talk about this tag match. Who do you have as the tag team partner, and what side you got winning? And does it involve a crotch punch to someone else get cashed? Let's go around the horn and see what you all think. I don't even know who to fucking start with. So,
It's your turn.
Oh, fuck me. Fine. Noah Hausen picks Taghausen and Danhausen to win. As far as partner, I mean, there are many friends of Danhausen. I mean, we just talked about him earlier by his name. Joe Hausen, great friends with Danhausen. We know that the CM Punk, of course, longtime friend, he still holds Danhausen $9 million for comic books. John Cena, make major announcement. John Cena come out of retirement. Cena Hausen. I'm not just humoring that. I don't think that's going to happen. We're also in Tampa Bay. I'm trying to think, okay, Florida. Who's from Florida? Oh, right. Everyone from NXT. I don't think it's going to be somebody from NXT, though. I think we're done with the call-ups here. But, I mean, the most obvious choices to me have to be CM Punk or Joe Hendry. Now I just got to flip coin house and decide which one I want to go with. And I think just based on premise of there's no continuity here. It's Danhausen. There's no continuity in Danhausen. Danhausen, just Danhausen. Danhausen, Taghausen win. Tag partner, I plead the fifth. I'm going with Danhausen and Taghausen for the win. Okay, Emmanuel, you're next. What are you picking here for Taghausen with Danhausen? Or do you have Tiny Balls and Toxic Poetry somehow prevailing at Backlash? Go ahead.
Well, to be honest, though, I think Danhausen and partner Danhausen might win this. Well, you said to be that Danhausen, so I'm doing my presentation.
You should just change your name then. Welcome everybody to Simply Predicting Housing. What the fuck? Continue. Fuck me.
But to be honest, Noah, I think it's going to be R-Truth as Danhausen's partner. Why? Because they're big. Why not? Who has more history with The Miz? R-Truth.
One Cena has more history than freaking R-Truth. The fuck?
But yes, they will be cursed, and all the audience are gonna go, "You are cursed." So that's why Danhausen is gonna win.
Okay, so you got Danhausen and Taghausen. Very good, Manuel. Very, very proud of you. I expect burritos as part of the celebration. Okay, that being said,
Yes, indeed.
man, go to Disney World afterwards for Dough Dip. Okay, let's go ahead to, speaking of Disney, the biggest Disney nerd, and I mean that quite honestly, kindly, courtesy of JJ Housen. So JJ Housen, you're left. Again, it's all over the place right now. I'm actually looking here. First off, it's unanimous. Everybody picked Danhausen and Taghausen for the win. Not a single person went with Tiny Balls or Toxic Poetry, despite the fact that Earworm theme by Kit Wilson has literally plagued people in Death Rebel Land more than Obafemi's War Walk. We got CM Punk, we got CM Punkhausen, we got CM Hausen. Damn you people. Your freaking nameplate. Joe Hendry, Oxhausen. What the fuck? Joe Hendry, Maurice Keys. Okay. Josh, are you drunk? Someone said Shane McMahon. That can't be him, right? Well, I guess it could be him if he doesn't tear his quad. Go ahead, JJ. Your thoughts on this tag partner and this Taghausen match. What do you got to say? Who you got winning? And who you think Taghausen is? What the fuck?
Well, I'm not going to sit here and do the voice.
Don't do it.
Because I'm not trying to wake up my roommates.
That's probably a wise idea in your case.
I've got Danhausen and his mystery partner for the dub.
And Danhausen and Taghausen.
What is Danhausen's catchphrase?
Very nice, very evil.
Who just recently debuted on NXT?
Evil.
Was he renamed?
Yeah,
he was, but for those that know, they know. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
I just think that would be hilarious for very nice, very evil, and here comes the artist formerly known as Evil to be his tag partner for one night.
No.
I don't think that'll be him.
No,
I just wanted to mess with Noah.
You're
I think.
evil.
Well, thank you. I'm very nice too. I think the most logical is Punkhausen.
Right. We haven't seen Punk since he told Cody, you never know what opportunity will fall in your lap. So, I mean.
And you just mentioned another name. What about Cody Hausen? Cody's not defending his title. I could realistically see anybody with an AEW connection being Danhausen's partner.
Including Roycehausen?
Roycehausen. Saintshausen.
Oh, yeah, Sainthausen. Very.
Pagehausen. Punkhausen.
Punkhausen.
Codyhausen.
Yeah, Codyhausen. I don't think Cody and Danhausen have actually engaged with each other yet in WWE.
You know, you brought it up, and I saw Emmanuel jumping for joy in his chair, but Cenahausen.
Can you imagine?
John Cena retired.
The big fan, dog. Big fan.
But Cenahausen, you know, I wonder if Juan Cena is still wrestling down in AAA, you know?
What?
John Cena retired, but Juan Cena, that's a whole other story.
Juan Cena-
Cenahausen, that's a whole other story.
But Juan Cena's never wrestled on TV.
That's like Los Hermanos Americanos. Like, it's completely different.
The thing
You are not going to convince me that Los Hermanos Americanos are the Creed brothers. Just like you can't convince me that El Grande Original is Chad Gable, because I've seen them in the same place at the same time.
I'm not going down this. I'm not going down this path. No.
So I'm just saying, like Cenahausen, I could see that being a thing. Truthhausen, I could see being a thing, because to Emmanuel's point, the awesome truth.
Oh yeah, that's you know what? I didn't think about that connection, and
You know,
that's fair.
And then, if
Dot.
by some miracle the Miz and Kit get a W, would they be in line for a title opportunity against Truth and Priest?
I mean, a different path for them and Miz.
Especially if Truth is the one that eats the pinfall to protect Danhausen.
That makes a lot of sense.
You know, these are things that you got to factor in. Hendryhausen, I think, is a good one. Hendry or Truth, I think, would be the best, because they're all comedy gimmicks.
It would work with Danhausen.
And Hendry and Truth are better wrestlers than Danhausen. Let's call it like it is.
And this is accurate.
So they could do the majority of the work. But you've got that history. I keep coming back to that awesome Truth history.
That really has me figuring out our truth now, because you said that on so many levels.
Well, that's what Emmanuel was trying to get at. He just didn't mention the tag team, but he mentioned the history that Miz and Truth have, and you were like, Juan Cena has more history, but it's like, you forgot about the awesome Truth, multi-time tag champs.
I did, yeah, you're right.
Two times at least. Once when they were a heel, and once they were a babyface.
And you look at our Truth and the Miz, and how many different partners they've been tag team champions with. Like, seriously. Continue.
I mean, if he wasn't all elite, John Morrison could be a possibility for a one-night thing.
Just slow-mo hair, forgetting the fan. Oh, wait, that's right. He's bald. Never mind.
Yeah. Doesn't have the same effect anymore.
No, it's weird actually seeing him. He's now like his freaking stooge, Joey Mercury. I was like, this is not normal. Anyway, continue.
But without knowing who the partner is going to be, I feel like you've got to give Danhausen his first PLE victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Or I say WWE is completely cursed. I feel it curse everybody in WWE if he doesn't win.
And I'm going to say this. I'm going to pick Punkhausen for his partner.
Okay.
If our Truth ends up being the partner, that's the only way I think that Danhausen's team is going to lose. Because I feel like Truth will eat the pin. That way you can give Miz and Kid a tag title opportunity.
Well, they don't have any tag division on SmackDown anymore, so they need to build teams. So this is one way of doing it. So I think
and as far as the person in the chat room who keeps bringing up Oba, what about Oba? What about Oba? What about Oba? 5 times, like we don't see his comments, like you haven't brought them up on the screen. Oba is dead and buried if he's Danhausen's partner. You just kill any momentum that you've built for him.
Princehausen. Oh yeah, the tag partner of Kit Wilson, because Ellen Prince has been out injured indefinitely. I mean, and Kit Wilson now doing his own thing. It's one of those things where it's like, would there be jealousy, or could it be an internal fix where maybe they plan this ahead of time, Danhausen aware of it, and Danhausen gets double teamed, And then the Miz starts managing Pretty Deadly maybe to the Ash. It's a fair point. I didn't think about other Prince because he's been Gonhausen for so damn long. And Pretty Deadly are former NXT and NXT UK tag team champions.
Thank you, Ash. Just because they wrestle similar to the Creeds, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate doesn't mean that they are them under the masks. You tell them, Ash. This match brought to you by Batty for Wrestling. Don't be a dickhead. Subscribe.
Yeah, I hate when I'm double teamed every time here. The Ash is very nice.
Los
very
Hermanos Americanos for your new tag team champions.
I love Neos! Emmanuel, what you gotta say real quick?
I was gonna say, like, if he wasn't that injured right now, and the age difference, my obvious pick would have been my homeboy, my favorite wrestler, the greatest of all time, Gilbert.
Yeah. Why? Why?
It would be hilarious. Like the smoke, the carnage, the people popping. Gilbert.
Well, at least he would have a bigger pyro freaking budget this time, thanks to WWE's bottomless pockets. All right, moving on. That being said, we're all unanimously saying Danhausen, Taghausen wins, unless 99.9% of the time you go with this 0.01%. R-Truth the tag partner, and R-Truth gets pinned by Miz or Kit Wilson, which leads to Miz and Kit Wilson getting a tag team championship opportunity. I think highly not going to likelihood, but there is that continuity that makes sense. They don't have challengers, but in the end, you can't have Danhausen lose on a PLE, I think, especially his first one. Like, seriously. Oh, my gosh. And shout out to Dattila, my fellow, of course, TNA faithful compadre. Also, the other half of Dadash, of course, our other mighty member of the studio. Stay tuned, folks. And Dattila and Ash started a pop culture podcast. They got more than enough content tonight for their first episode. I can't wait to see if their first episode is going to be based on Power Rangers or anime, the original version of Power Rangers. I'm not even going to try and say the name. Or Ultraman, or Mega Man, or the Capcom, or something. Anyway.
Something.
Also, Jake Doyle get well soon. Mark David's a freak. All right, moving on. And this match is going to be freaky. And also, I agree with one half. The other half is overrated. All right, moving on. I will chastise that first half if I'm on that episode. You best watch your P's and Q's, young ladies.
I just discovered the other day that Brock from the original Pokemon is the same voice actor as Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Did you really? Wow. The small world after all. I never would have put the two together. But honestly...
And he also does Squirtle.
And he's lost all credibility with me. Okay.
Hey, Squirtle is cute, okay?
Cute. Yeah. Look, you rarely will find me literally trying to show a soft side without
James
Ella.
From Team Rocket.
Yeah. Well, this show is nothing but freaking trouble, and it's gonna be that all night long with its infinite commercial breaks, as Adlash will be concluded by... Oh, man, that anime was cut so damn soon. They didn't even get 100 episodes. And, yeah, by the way, Dattila, I'm not a Pokemon fan. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh! Man, period. We talked about this, and we're not going down this road. This is not a pop culture podcast, all right? Damn it. But then again, wrestling is pop culture. But so I guess in a way, I'm kind of like, just put myself in the corner. You're damned, or you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, if you're a wrestling fan, pretty much at this point, with wrestling and blank in the same sentence. Damn it. All right. Well, anyway, thanks to being part of the chat. Appreciate you. And that is undisputed. Baby. All right. Okay. Well, we've had a lot of great fun, some humor housing. We've also had some pop culture references, both with Star Wars, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and Adam Cole, baby. But let's go ahead and get down to the brass tacks, shall we? It's time for Family Feud with your... No, we're not. But there might be a civil war brewing in the Samoan dynasty. That is the Anali family and the Fatus, the Usos, the Hakus, 4 letters, 3 letters, all the tats. You tell me. This is not brought to you by Moana. I don't know whether or not you're going to be saying you're welcome or fuck you. Let's go ahead and talk about this match, the definition of what the fuck out of nowhere. Because we got our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, defending the World Championship against SmackDown, or I guess Raw, brand split LLL. What the fuck's happening here? Regardless, Roman Reigns defending the World Championship against Giga Fatu. All gas, no brakes. Take everything from you. Feed my family. Put my kids through school. Get me a bigger house, bigger Rolex, private jet. Everything that you have. And he has literally been unhinged more than a freaking rabid dog. Every chance, now bringing out this new, or should I say, traditional tongue and death grip, incapacitating Roman Reigns every chance he could get. Since Roman Reigns became the World Champion back at WrestleMania, he said that he was going to be doing this full time. And so far every week, he's been holding to that commitment. We've also, of course, seen where he doesn't want the bloodline to serve him. He wants them at his side. And the Usos have been there in a sit-down, each show, by the way, with the tribal chief regarding the danger that is little cousin Giga Fatu, because he's uncontrollable. And we've already seen him destroy what's left of the MFTs, and he's already wiped out the Usos, and he's wiped out Roman Reigns every damn week on both shows, quite literally. He's been running more unhinged than anyone else in WWE right now. Crazy. But nonetheless, it's also the first time we're seeing Roman Reigns and Giga Fatu fight over a championship. It's not the first time, obviously, we've seen them one-on-one, but in the 3 years or so that he's been there, and again, Roman Reigns was the one that apparently passed off on that and allowed Sikoa to sign him, because I guess Roman Reigns controls everyone that's in the family or not in the family, blah, 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 blah. This is a match that's about pedigree and what you think you deserve versus what you earn. So at the end of the day, how far are you willing to go to get everything someone else has that you want? That is the story of Giga Fatu and Roman Reigns. It's not the Ulafala. It's not even the Tribal Chief role. It's everything that comes with the moniker just below. So let's go around the horn. Notice I did not do the Cody Rhodes blank winning thing because I want to at least try and put a little bit of what if into this. If you all can, good luck with that. Let's go ahead and put some food for thought in towards this match and what it could lead to besides what I think is going to inevitably happen. War Games! When it comes to Roman Reigns and Giga Fatu for the World Heavyweight Championship. How far does this go off the rails? Do we get savage? Does it become tribal combat? Do the Usos get involved? Can Roman Reigns do it on his own? Will Giga Fatu let his emotions get the best of him? And will Roman Reigns exploit them? Who leads with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Let's go around the horn and see what you all think. JJ, I'll start with you on this one here. It just seems so far-fetched when prior to the Raw after Mania. There was only 2 people we had in the conversation regarding this title. Roman Reigns and and now we've literally flipped the script. And maybe that's for the best because we want to have that suspension of disbelief. Maybe we don't want it to be that obvious of a narrative. And maybe we don't want people to trust the process or go with the pace of the program. It's also one of those things, though, where as long as Roman Reigns has been the tribal chief, everyone in his family has been either against him or at his side. Even his own cousins, lest we forget, Jey Uso. I still remember watching that match, and I was absolutely disappointed. But it also just literally flips the script on Giga Fatu, where I thought he would maybe go after Cody and the Undisputed WWE Championship when he first tried to pursue that, going after the number one contendership last year in October, before he got his teeth taken out of his mouth by Drew McIntyre. And again, Drew never admitted that he did it. He still denies that he did it, and I don't think we'll ever know truly who did at the end. This is a bigger mystery than anything you can play in Cluedo. Shout out to Mando following other games and movies. But that being said, JJ, what do you think about what I think is the first battle in a brewing civil war in the Anali family dynasty that I think is going to culminate at Survivor Series? How's that for long-term storytelling? What do you think about this match, and what do you think happens with the World Heavyweight Championship? Go ahead.
Okay, so to address the elephant in the room and the chat in the chat room, there is a heavy rumor that Roman Reigns is not going to be booked for the month of June, which means no Night of Champions PLE for Roman. So a lot of people are saying, oh, well, that means that Roman's going to lose the title here. This is the same Roman Reigns that held the championship for 4 years.
1,300 plus days. Continue.
Showed up like 20 times a year and only wrestled on big 4 PLEs.
Correct.
But because he's going to miss 1 PLE, we have to get the belt off of him. Now, let's. Okay, so he's not going to be there in June, so we got to get the belt off him. Cool. There's Saturday's night main event, Clash in Italy before the month is over. 2 more opportunities.
I'm about to say.
And if you want to make a true impact, you do it on Peacock where you're going to get more views.
Yeah.
So
not to mention
we have more than enough opportunity to visit this timeline where Roman must lose the title before June 1st because he's not going to be there for the PLE.
Yeah, I'm about to say this is not the same freaking tribal chief narrative we ran 4 years ago, people. It actually does seem to be different. And much to JJ's point, he's the damn babyface now. Fatu's the unhinged heel or tweener. And again, what are we doing here? Where's the
Hold on, because I got more on my soapbox, Noah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Please continue. This brought to you by Dove.
Why is Roman disappearing?
Here's why. Oh no.
We don't know the reason. Okay? But let's look at this for a little bit because there's a few different things.
Yeah. Is
Roman's contract being restructured? And he's being forced to take a pay cut and he's not going to do it, so the end of May is going to be his last day.
Roman Reigns take a pay cut.
We're spitballing here, Noah. Work with me.
Okay.
That's the highly unlikely and all likelihood scenario.
I
okay?
agree. I give you that. Okay.
But again, if that's the reason, he can lose it at the Clash in Italy.
Such a weird stage to lose the title. It'd just be such a damn weird stage.
Just throwing it out there. He could still lose it at Saturday night's main event. He doesn't have to lose it. Here is the point. More logical reason. Emmanuel, you're Mr. Interactive Games and Movies. What's opening in October?
Subscribe.
I don't know. It's starring Street Fighter 2, starring Roman Reigns.
So could he possibly be doing press in June for the Street Fighter movie? And if that's the case, don't you want your champion doing press? You don't want him to lose the belt before he goes to do that shit, right? You want that. What was that other Moana song? Shiny.
I
belt
don't know.
on his shoulder.
I don't know that song. You're blanking on me.
Tamatoa, the crab. He loves shiny stuff.
I
bet you Datilla in the chat gets the joke.
I'm sure she does. And again, shout out to our Mario Morphin Pink Power Ranger. This match brought to you by Rangers of Wrestling. Subscribe to
if he is going to do press, you want him to have the belt. That's going to look good on interviews. That's going to look good on television.
Has he been on Jimmy Fallon yet with the belt?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because I'm sure that's going to come, obviously, too, with all this promoting. Continue.
So let's just pump the brakes on this whole, oh, he's not going to be at Clash of Champions, so he has to lose the title. Look, whether it's Braun Breaker, whether it's Obafemi, one of those two is more than likely going to defeat Roman at SummerSlam.
I got one name in mind.
You don't want either of them to defeat Jacob Fatu. No disrespect to the Samoan Werewolf. doesn't have the same impact.
Accurate.
However, if either one of those men defeat Roman Reigns, they're made.
For life.
Let's just put this into perspective, because Obafemi retired, supposedly, for all intents and purposes, Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Who did Brock Lesnar defeat at SummerSlam 2002 for his first championship?
I swear, JJ, were you in my camp when I was talking with Jason Steele about following the same exact way to the next big thing Monday at work? Oh, you're asking the question about who Brock beat at SummerSlam for his first World Championship? Oh, that would have been The Rock.
So for Obafemi to beat the man that beat The Rock, and then to take the title from his cousin for his first championship, again, not only makes Oba, but it's some full circle storytelling. It's
Thank
the
you.
type of shit that people like us love to see.
Thank you.
It's the type of shit that make guys like him, who could give less than a fuck about WWE, actually get invested in a story.
Accurate.
So again, let's pump the brakes as far as the whole, oh, he's not going to be there next month, he has to lose the title. Again, there's no Cody Rhodes title defense on this PLE. So are we saying Cody Rhodes has to lose the title? Oh, he's not going to defend it at Backlash, so he has to give up? Get the fuck over that shit.
I'll say.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
And that was Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams. Please tune in next week to the conversation.
That was a free rant. You want another one? Super chat.
I'm going to have to put up the TED Talk stage next time JJ gets on his soapbox, or I get on my soapbox, or if Emmanuel ever gets on his soapbox. Then again, Emmanuel, he already dissertates on pretty much everything. So, respect. Also, I'm just going to put this out there for those that don't know. I'm not a Disney guy anymore. I only watch wrestling and game shows. Hell, the only reason David Arquette's relevant to me anymore is because he's like executive producer for a game show I still watch called Celebrity Name Game that no longer exists. And that's hosted by
I don't want to hear that. I've seen your social media. I know the stuff your little Ella makes you watch. Don't sit there and pretend like you don't watch Disney movies.
I don't watch Disney movies anymore unless she literally is. But here's the thing, JJ.
Buy the t-shirt.
With my little Ella. The only thing that probably brings out a soft side of me, and that's a very rare commodity that you ever see outside this screen.
The only thing other than Allie.
Shut the fuck up. That being said.
Or Mina.
Stop it, JJ. Also, again, Mina.
Or the fact that Ariana Grace is no longer Knockouts champion.
By the way, Mina, check your part. Yeah! Might actually be restored in NXT! Fuck off, NXT! Anyway, Mina, check your partner next time before you get her excited before a match to make sure she's geared up. Thirdly, I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right. If I get my little Ella over here and not watch Disney and have her play Astrobot or freaking watch a WWE match where she calls Montez Ford Kevin Knight, then I know I'm doing something right, despite my sister may not liking me turning my little Ella into a wrestling fan. The fact she calls Montez Ford Kevin Knight still cracks me the fuck up. But anyway, that's a different conversation for another day. She's 11 years old, okay? She is the cornerstone of this family.
As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Jet, and his name is Benny Rodriguez.
I mean, Kevin Knight, though, can give you a run for your money with his match with Darby Allin, his heights. And my gosh, leaping ability. LeBron James, which he had hops like that in his prime. Anyway, moving on. Okay, that's our scheduled program. That being said, now we got off the soapbox. Will you stop that? Son of a bitch. Walter's not even here, and I still see that damn trend. He's got freaking Roman Reigns retaining. And as far as the whole drop the belt off him because of people get a brain. Okay, very good. That being said, Emmanuel, believe it or not, it is not unanimous, much to what Jada was talking about with the soapbox. 80% with Roman Reigns retaining, 20% with Jacob Fatu winning. And by winning, I should also point this out for those that don't know, that tune in for the first time here for wrestling predictions or trying to take part in Predictions League. Here in the City of Identity Predictions League, in conjunction with No DQ for championship matches, we are concerned with who leaves with the gold. So even if there's a disqualification and Jacob Fatu wins, if Jacob Fatu doesn't leave with the belt, you still lose. All right, that being said, now everyone knows that. Emmanuel, let's go to you. Again, 80% go with Roman, 20% are going with Jacob Fatu. And about to say, Ash, we'll talk more about that on Saturday Shenanigans. As of course, Don Paku just happened this past weekend. And we got our main event for Dominion. And stay tuned, folks, because Dominion is the second biggest show, well, maybe the third, of the New Japan calendar year. We might be covering it live, even if my crazy ass does it solo, because the Dominion usually is a super card. And it feels like it's following a trend of what happens between Don Taco and Dominion with the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. But again, different conversation another day. Love you, Ash. Appreciate you always. See you on Pro Wrestling for life. All right. That being said, Emmanuel, your thoughts on Roman and Fatu. Who you got leading with the belt?
Well, I don't know how to follow that, but let's start with the.
Sorry, I had to go Shawn Michaels 95 on you.
You know what?
Yeah.
Once in the blue moon, it's justified, and it happens for all the right reasons. This was one of those nights. Bravo.
Thank you.
Yep.
Continue, Emmanuel.
Yes, but this is not surprising, people. Where have you been for the last 5 years?
On their phone.
6 years. Like, Roman Reigns have been champion and been in hiatus each and every freaking WrestleMania. And you people still complain that he's being gone and not being used. Now you're freaking out. Oh, he's losing the title. Seriously. You're serious right now.
I know you're being serious. I love it. I freaking love it. Are you trying to get your own TED Talk going on here? Is that what's happening?
No. It's just befalls me. It explosive.
Mitchell, no. Put a TED Talk stage in the freaking forum. Continue.
But
Didn't say anything.
But nevertheless, Roman Reigns is gonna beat Fatu. Like, it's way too soon. Like they shot their gun too early. Like, yeah, I get his intentions. Like, he wants to feed his family, give them good life, which is a good reason. It's not a heel thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Like, when you want you to improve your family life, I know I would. No, do you agree? Like, when you want to improve yourself to get higher pay, better promotion, like Roman Reigns.
So you asked me a very unique question. Allow me to answer for you. So to answer Emmanuel's question when it comes to the value of family principle here, when you think about what you want to, never mind. Of course, the answer is yes. I'm not going to a TED Talk about financial stability 101 when I'm a frugal, simple man that believes priorities over passions and refuses to spend money into live wrestling events that cost me my fucking kidney and would still underwhelm me as a form of live entertainment. Anyway, continue.
What about you, JJ? Will you take the opportunity, get a higher pay raise like Roman Reigns, and improve your family life, your situation, and you know what Fatu is doing right now?
Hell yeah.
Exactly. So why is this a heel thing to do? I don't understand this, storyline at all. So Roman Reigns is gonna win. He's gonna take a hiatus again. So what? He's been taking hiatus since his number one race that everybody does. It's nothing new.
Acknowledgement is the word you're looking for. The acknowledgement.
Yeah, acknowledgement.
And I mean, yes, he said he was going to be around all summer. Shit changes. How many politicians
Oh,
said
no.
they won't raise taxes, and then they do.
Well, I mean, you know, are you
I'm
talking about?
just blanket statement.
I mean, it's a true statement, though. Now, whether or not you're talking about conservatives, Democrats, liberals, or Republicans, that's a whole different conversation.
I'm not specifying just how many politicians in general said they won't do something and then they end up doing it, or said they will do something and end up not doing it.
Well,
It
I mean,
happens all the time,
I've always been one.
especially when you're in the entertainment industry.
Well, actions speak louder than words here. Let's just call it what it is. And when people believe that their words literally are the affirm actions to happen, then that's where you literally discourage judgment and also the right of your opinion because you show a foolish mindset. The fact of the matter that people believe, all right, this is getting way too much into a TED Talk thing right now. Moving on, Emmanuel,
Yeah,
continue.
again, super chat if you want more of this, damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want Cinema to turn into your newest form of TED Talk, courtesy of me, JJ, and Emmanuel, and Ash and Tatilla, are welcome to also join. I even have lounges here for you all. Super chat is as simple as that, where Cinema becomes your newest forum forevermore for wrestling, Democrats, politics, and all forms of TED Talk. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back to
You
our
find
schedule.
some of the greatest backgrounds, bro, for real.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
I need to make sure I expand it though next time. Anyway, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming, shall we? But first, I will
Yep.
acknowledge Ash here, who also has a thought because she's been very vocal about Roman and Hangman and other people. But I talk trash about Roman Reigns a lot, and my mom just gives me the stink eye. Roman Reigns is our favorite wrestler. I get why he's the champ, but I hope he keeps his word and shows up weekly.
He
Because
has so far.
exactly.
He
You
will.
don't need another part-time motherfucker holding down the company when he's just literally there for the money. Wrestlers are like politicians too. And this is also accurate, 110%. Okay, too much TED Talk. Let's get back to finishing predictions here. Emmanuel, go ahead back to your regularly scheduled thought and rant and freaking resume your prediction.
So much for 90 minutes. Maybe we'll get it in under 2 hours, though.
It happens, but you know what? Everyone has a good time here. Even I can admit. There's a reason I've been doing this crazy shit now for 170 plus episodes. Then now and forever. Continue, Emmanuel.
Yeah, it's the last match. It's okay. We're about to wrap up.
It's what happens every time during the last damn match, particularly with you yahoos.
Anyways, but here's the thing: like, who says he's not going to be there in Raw? He's still going to be in Raw. He's going to feud whoever he's going to feud next and build up to that storyline. But that doesn't mean he's not going to be not appearing every Monday still. Like, who's to say he could do the background segment and that's it? Like, he might not even be appearing in front of the crowd, and you just waste your time, your money, just to see him backstage, and that's it. Most wrestlers do either way, so it's like it is what it is. You know what Roman Reigns does, so why are you complaining? Just because there's some rumors that I do see. The whole connection, they know more than we do. That there's problems, the dilemmas, there's cuts, there's money troubles and TKO. It's okay. Like, if they do have problems, if they asking wrestlers to take cuts, that's okay. That's their decision to take the cut or not. But nevertheless, TKO will not gonna let Roman Reigns go. Because if they do, guess what? A lot of AEW fans are having hope. Like, maybe they're going to have hope. The Reigns was going to go up. But whose are those people? The IWC people. The reign has not increased at all. Get that through your head. Once you see the numbers go to 1 million, then yeah, you could say he made a difference. But until it surpassed the 1 million mark again, then you can say, yeah, he made a difference. But right now, it's still the same viewers, same IWC who sees AEW as for right now, and nothing's going to change until, just saying the truth. I'm just saying the truth.
I mean, no one's arguing with you, especially on this forum, but I understand what you mean. But it sounds like you just went into your own TED Talk there about the IWC leading to accuracy and conspiracy. You know, there's so many
Yeah,
TED Talks we got out tonight. We literally could host our own TED Talk series if we wanted to. Anyway, continue.
But yeah, that's about it. Like,
Stay tuned,
like
folks.
Roman Reigns is gonna win. I need to get that on my mouth in my mind, because it's like people are freaking out. If Roman Reigns gonna sign to AEW, that's not gonna happen.
Nah.
Tony Khan needs to really spend a lot of money just to get a Roman Reigns. Let's get that as a fact. And then you're going to have to rewire everything for Roman Reigns to become champion. You're going to sacrifice the Darby, all your storylines, your Kenny Omegas, like everything. You have to restructure everything and rebuild everything towards Roman Reigns, and that's not going to happen. So please, people, do not bring those ideas up. It's a bad idea for AEW. Let them build with the wrestlers they have and let the promotion grow.
And that was Emmanuel's TED Talk. Stay tuned for our Canadian friend Ash to bring you a TED Talk on the duopoly and monopoly that is the corporate structure of the WWE. Maybe even this Saturday, courtesy of the Super Reliable Studios. Again, TED Talk, courtesy of the Super Reliable Studios. Stay tuned further here at the Superman's brand for further conversations. I should probably change that to the stage at this point. All right, well, thank you, Emmanuel. That being said, just put a bubble, wrap this thing up on Emmanuel's prediction. He did pick Roman Reigns, folks, to win, in case you got lost in the sauce. You did pick Roman to win, correct? There we go. Good man. That way people actually understood. Are we predicting, or are we freaking having a polarizing conversation? When it comes out, WWE does their business. The IWC suddenly becomes lawyers, financial advisors, business people. Why does the amount of money the wrestlers make affect your joy? Ash, you are preaching to the choir here, and that deserves this. And we are going to just go ahead and just put that up there to literally show people. Accurate! How the fuck did anybody who isn't even in college yet, hell, half the damn fan base that are in fucking high school probably, all of a sudden become a fucking damn lawyer? You guys aren't lawyers. You guys aren't certified financial advisors. You guys aren't even fucking bookers. Who are you to dictate how you believe that the structure of a professional wrestling product should be, let alone the guy at the top? There's a reason that people born in this business, the Anoa'i's were literally bred for this business. They were bred for McMahon's ass and this business. Why they're on top? It is what it is. Part-time, half-time, showtime, no time. It doesn't matter. WWE is not just owned by TKO. It is literally owned by the Anoa'i family. Get fucking used to it. And the fact that Roman Reigns has been the guy now for the last damn 15 years should not shock you, whether he's 200 days a year or 20 days a year with a belt or not. The fact of the matter is, can you watch a product without trying to believe you work for Fightful or the New York Stock Exchange? For Pete's fucking sake. And thank you for coming in to my TED Talk. Okay, that being said, let's get back on track here. Oh, bloody hell, this just turned into a whole different type of forum. Roman's winning, simple as that. That's all I got to say on that matter. Yes, JJ, I see your hand.
I just wanted to ask, because I noticed the graphic wasn't loaded. I just loaded it. Do we want to talk a little bit about Cena's announcement?
You know what? We might as well, because again, it's supposed to be what they say, like okay, just because he actually did reverse psychology, let's do it.
I was going to say, it looked like Emmanuel was praying that we did discuss this.
Let's go ahead. So, what do we believe we're going to see and hear from John Cena, who's not the host of Backlash? But again, Ash, we're going to talk more about this on Saturday Shenanigans. I think we just found a new segment for our freaking shenanigans going forward. The TED Talk topic. That's awesome, but also accurate. That being said, as I'm the accountant for my family, a better banker than the banker on Deal or No Deal. I missed that show. Yeah, John Cena, what are you sharing here as a guy only in a suit? And of course, we'll see him in a suit again. I respect his suit game. what could he possibly be sharing? We know the WWE now has Club WWE. That's supposed to be a groundbreaking way for the ultimate fan insider experience. AEW beat you to that, where it'll tell you about events coming up, ticket prices at discounts, maybe superstars showing, getting your input on what you want to see from WWE, etc., 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 etc. I don't think he's going to be involved in a match. I don't think we're going to get some sort of WrestleMania moment with Minniehausens or, someone confronting him, unless it's Nick Khan shaking his hand, making this thing official. What else could it be besides maybe, propagandaing Club WWE, much like how they propagandaing with Hulk Hogan, brother, when the W Network first arrived and everything on your screen had a $9.99. I'm kind of curious to see if it's not Club WWE, what is it? Is it going to be WrestleMania 2028 location? We talked about that ad nauseum on last week's Saturday Shenanigans. I think about waiting for those that tune into that. As always, you guys continue the conversation to be progressive and also consistent and also perpetually ongoing every week. But other than those two things, what the fuck else could really be monumental at this B-level PLE by namesake alone, where I think it's going to be a lower grade than that overall by the end of the show? What do you think, JJ? Have you been spinning your wheels about this in similar mindsets like me, or is there something else in your mind? Surprise me.
Not really. You basically touched the two things that I figure it's going to be. It's either going to be, maybe not a WrestleMania announcement because we know Mania is going to be in Saudi next year.
Was it true? You don't think they were promoting that already right now, do you, on their shows?
No, because, we already know it's going to be there. So, and we don't usually make a Mania announcement until, the year of. So, we wouldn't make the announcement for WrestleMania 44 until Saudi, typically speaking.
If not slightly before, just to get people here's where it is next time,
and we already know SummerSlam this year is in Minneapolis, so there's no need to make a SummerSlam announcement.
Did they disclose Survivor Series yet?
No, but I feel like it's too early because we still have everything post Money in the Bank to announce.
Oh, okay, so that's the last one.
So we still haven't announced whatever is going to be in October.
On the cell.
And then we've got, the Survivor Series.
And then that's it, because they don't do a December one anymore, I believe.
No, they usually do a Saturday night's main event.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm leaning towards the announcement being the launch date for Club WWE.
WWE.
It's...
That'd be funny. Dot.
I don't really see anything else that it could be. The only other thing I could think of is if they were going to make a Hall of Fame announcement this early.
What?
Well, think about how early they announced Steph last year.
It was WrestleSalooza, but it was still in the fall.
But still, it was earlier than normal. They usually don't start announcing Hall of Fame stuff until, Rumble time.
Yeah, that's true. Especially the first inductee. That's true.
So, if it's a Hall of Fame inductee, then who could it be? But I tend to think it's going to be the Club WWE launch date because the rumor going around the mill is Cena is heavily involved in Club WWE.
That don't surprise me.
It's one of his pet projects as the new ambassador that he is. So if they've got something on the table for a launch, if it's going to be June 1st, that would be a good, this would be a good platform to announce it at.
Yeah, and definitely.
Without him having to fly to Italy, without him having to go to Saturday night's main event, just get it out of the way, and he can go back to whatever he's doing for the rest of the month.
Well, yeah, and you would think, again, this is his, key project, where post-WrestleMania, we're in the reset of the WWE season. This is the first kickoff on that season. This would be the perfect stage to talk about the launch of that, and maybe also with summer being the time that, let's be honest here, most teens are fucking idiots. They waste time on their phones, doom scrolling on pointless TikToks or taking selfies and building a stream on Snapchat,
Hey, I resemble that remark.
or arguing on the X. It is what it is. It's one of those things where it's like, if you're going to draw the attention for 15 seconds of the most foolish demographics of the WWE universe, already there, if not yet there, but you want them to be there, and their ages range anywhere from freaking 8 years old to freaking, I feel this service would probably be for what Screen Shirt Man's age, 47, something like that. Then yeah, I guess it would be the best time to do it, because right before they go to school, be like, hey, join Club WWE. You could do this while in class, because that's what they need, more distractions from WWE especially.
Well,
So yeah,
if we're being fair, you know, because only because you made that sarcastic comment. If we're being fair, a lot of schools are getting ready to graduate.
yeah,
I know the school over here by me, graduation is May 27th. So people are getting that graduation money. They may want to invest in this service.
yeah. I mean, you
Just
know,
something to think about, you know.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Now, I do wonder if it's going to have like premium tiers or microtransactions, or is it going to be the new $9.99 or, you know, $10.99? Then again, it might be $11.99 because
$14.99
we raise things, right?
inflation.
We go up because, you know, every year, the fiscal year in March, every streaming service got to go up by $2. I literally had messages all over the place. And also, this is accurate. But yeah, I don't see anything else truly besides Club WWE and how you join via app or a freaking website. And if it's a different way than that, that would really surprise me. Maybe he has like meta glasses that allow you to be part of Club WWE and give you a WWE profile of every WWE fan you walk to across the street. Although that would be profiling, and that is wrong. Anyway.
Breaking news. I'm hearing there's going to be a sister website to Club WWE called onlywwe.com.
Oh, gee, I wonder what that could entail. And does that have a freaking 18
I heard
year
Mandy Rose is behind it.
18-year or older disclaimer before you go on the website? Oh my gosh. You know, I could actually see them doing that, honestly, because shoot, some people have made more bank on that website than they've done WWE their whole life. And Mandy
Hey,
Sachs.
there's actually an onlywrestlers.com.
Onlywrestlers.com. I'm scared to know what that actually has.
From what I understand, and because I have done research into this,
Oh boy.
from what I understand, it's more of like a cameo than it is the other thing.
Okay. That's just
It is a social media networking where you can contact and communicate with wrestlers via paid subscriptions, kind of like the other thing, or like booking a cameo. But they actually also put on shows. You know, you'll find like Only Wrestlers shows. They did one out here earlier this year. I remember Tessa Blanchard was booked on it, and I actually contemplated going to it because front row seats were like $30. Like, it was cheap as hell.
fair enough.
From what I understand, it's ran by RVD and Katie Forbes,
Oh, jeez.
which take that for what it's worth. But
Yeah, about to say.
I know there's quite a few wrestlers on the platform, so
Interesting. That's something to think about. All right. Well, I mean, but honestly,
I love Ash's response.
she's like,
The googly
"Ooh."
eyes. Whenever I see those googly eyes, I always know it's Ash.
Or Ghost Ate by Pac-Man.
No, because Ash is the only one that leaves those eyes in the chats.
Oh, fair enough.
Whenever I see that, I know it's Ash.
So that's the defining emoji of our baddie friend. Duly noted. So you got her thinking. All right.
Whenever you see a reaction on a comment in a chat and it's the googly eyes, that's 99% of the time that was left by Ash.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. And yeah, it's amazing. Much like the Neverweight Championship in New Japan that was defined for athletes under 30 years old, that would be the future. It became the baddest motherfucker title. And then, thanks to Renavita, now it's the weak dick bitch title. All right, that being said, thank you for that, JJ. But nonetheless, Club WWE, what else can it possibly be? I'm not Dr. Seuss, but I've been rhyming more often than it seems. What the fuck is wrong with me? You tell me. Emmanuel, let's humor John Cena. Baby. That's just so random, but you know what? Whatever. If I can go and finish the life. Well, let's not get Ash in a sad mood because that's her boy. And again, Adam Cole, take care of yourself mentally and physically, whatever's going on with you, as we're approaching 1 year since he made that announcement, in case you all forgot. Anyway. I am not an MC, all right? I'm a simple man that does freaking YouTube commentary and podcasting. Nonetheless, Emmanuel, anything you want to say regarding the announcement versus the man making the announcement?
Really quickly to that, we believe in Noah the way we believe in Joe Hendry.
His name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Say it.
All right. That being said, he got 2 out tonight. I fear there's going to be at least 1 more because I know the tradition of this forum. Emmanuel, what do you got to say regarding the announcement? What do you think it's going to be?
A waste of time. That's what it's going to be. A waste of time.
I knew he was going to say that.
I think Emmanuel would rather watch a 10-minute commercial break than listen to what John Cena is going to say.
To be fair, the announcement's probably going to be longer.
That's true. That's true. Like, this is how much I hate John Cena. I'd rather see a Liv Morgan match than a John Cena.
That's in the chat. That's in the chat.
I'd rather see a Charlotte Flair match, not the good ones, over John Cena.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just a simple man. Simple man.
Non-copyright.
Hosting a podcast.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Anyways,
what? Anyway, John Cena's announcement. What do you think it is?
Like, I agree with JJ. Like, it has to be the launch of this site because my question is this: what are the benefits in the reward system? Like, you use, if you have any app with food, you see a reward system. Like, this much tier, you get this, that, and that. So, are they going to give free tickets to events? That's my question. Like, are they going to
when you spend $5,000, you get $2 off.
That
exactly. Like, what am I getting from this app?
I'm looking at that. I'm looking
and
at
$500 will give you a free soda at the venue.
And $10,000 will give you a photo in front of Cody Rhodes' bus. But it looks like it's going to offer exclusive 24-hour ticket pre-sale to all WWE events. Members only WWEshop.com exclusives. Exclusive WWE content featuring inside scoops, extended cuts, behind-the-scenes footage, and more. And dedicated members only community forum to connect with fans around the world like never before, so you can cuss to somebody in Syrian. Point-based reward system allow fans to earn credits and redeem amongst digital and physical goods. And a premium welcome package for founding members that already take advantage of this exclusive opportunity. So join the club today, WWE Club at www.com/clubWWE for tickets, merchandise, content, and rewards. So, yeah. That's literally from WWE's website itself.
Okay, thank you. To answer Ash's comment, what's the difference between a commercial and John Cena announcement? A commercial is better than John Cena's talking.
First off, at least with John Cena, he actually allows the fans to engage in noise, and the noise is actually funny because let's go Cena subs can likely happen. Secondly, I'd rather hear John Cena than see commercials for some pointless freaking YouTuber influencer and some pointless ass DoorDash freaking commercial play that has a damn wrestling move with some fake ass comic stand food comedy going on with it with some pointless bullshit, and then you got every Netflix show and every pointless Indiana Pacers cameo. Continue.
Thank you for coming to Noah's TED Talk.
Yes.
What the fuck has this forum become tonight? I've turned this literally into the new TED Talk forum. What the fuck is happening here? This is getting ridiculous. We'll be right back.
More tech talk after this moment.
Shut the fuck up, Emmanuel. Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, like I have to agree. It's either this or we gonna have a early induction, and it's gonna be John Cena himself. Undertaker's coming back.
Right.
Come.
I don't think John Cena is that narcissistic. Why everyone has an
No,
ego.
hear me out. It's not that John Cena is that narcissistic. It's that WWE is that desperate enough for people to set out the Saudis. A lot of people are already discussing not going to there. They need people more reason for them to go. So if they announce John Cena in the inductions, that like when you're a major John Cena fan, you want to go to Saudi. Like that's enough reason to go over there. If you're a true John Cena fan, screw the blood money.
She's gonna get you.
Yes, I know. But if you're a true John Cena fan, you go to Saudi, you spend your money for John Cena, you support the blood money like a good girl, a good boy that you are.
I'm giving Emmanuel the solo shot. That way the chancla can't hit us.
Yeah, no kidding. He dead man on YouTubing. Anyway.
Yeah, apparently. But yeah, like
Arlene, throw a chancla from the other side so they can hit Emmanuel, make it look like the Tillis chancla hit him.
That's hilarious. She wrote the whole thing. I'm sure she
I'm not sure if she's hearing the. They told you to throw me a sandal at me to tell us like, oh, she's gonna get a sandal right now. So
no. Well, nice knowing you.
Yeah. No, she's getting the pedal. Never mind.
Zilla.
Good enough. Thank you, Arlene.
Yeah, good enough.
Arlene went full on baby dinosaur here, talking about not the mama, not the mama.
Only here on Sin Addicting do you get this form of entertainment, folks, for absolutely nothing.
But yeah, it has to be a John Cena addiction. They have to sell the tickets to Saudi. That's the only way you bring.
I think Emmanuel is onto something because I could see Cena being out there making the club WWE announcement.
And Undertaker rides up. Okay.
Or not even rides up, but like the camera is tight on him and you see somebody come from behind him without exposing who it is.
Right.
And then the camera pans out and you see the Undertaker standing behind him. Mm-hmm. And then he turns around face to face with Big Evil. And then he tells him that he's going in the Hall of Fame next year. Like, I could see it being a combination of both, because I think Emmanuel has a point that unless WWE does something major, it's just going to be some people from the country that are going to that WrestleMania. Yeah, you're not going to get people from all 50 states, from other countries, willingly going to Saudi Arabia for a 2-night WrestleMania.
Hell no, you kidding me? And they'll probably build a custom stand for it too, and take it down the next day, and build another stand for Sunday, and take it down the following day. Or maybe they'll have 2 stands at 2 different locations around the city as they blow the city up with pyrotechnics longer than some of the matches on the forum. I said what I said. And Tatilla, Ash, you all are always welcome on this forum. From now on, I'm just going to send you all the link exclusively, and next time we say your name, maybe you'll appear. But thank you so much for your engagements. Again, we love Tatash. We, of course, love our Mighty Morphin friends here at the Super Lava Studios, the leading queens of the SRS, if you will. Now we just
Is there anybody else that you say their name and they appear?
We're not doing that. We're not overkilling the gimmick, because I know you got that plan one more time before we go
out.
Do my best. What is Rhea Hill doing right now in NXT? Is she actually involved in anything? I haven't watched lately, so I don't know.
Not current storyline, but because Joe Henry teamed up with Rhea Hill.
I want her to join the Ren QCC.
Yeah.
I think she would fit in great with Kendall and Ren.
And Arlene joins you in that conversation, you triple threat trinity of utter comedy. But that being said, you know what, JJ? That's a fair point, considering she knows how to do a freaking Kimura. And again, for Kendall Gray, she already has the graps. Now she's got the entertainment aspect behind her. And Lord knows, W relies more on that than your wrestling capability, especially nowadays, unless they can market you. Sorry.
be a babyface version of Fatal Influence.
That could work. Maybe. Possibly. I mean, they got 2 titles. So
Real women that take over the division, but they do it the right way and not the wrong way.
Gee, you're gonna pray for that, brother. All right. That being said, John Cena Club WWE, John Cena Club WWE, John Cena Club WWE. Otherwise, it could be the Hall of Fame. What the hell? Who did JJ? We don't take commercial breaks here. We don't inadvertently go into advertising. All right, who did that? Who accidentally hit that fucking thing? With all due respect.
I was on the comment side, so it couldn't be me.
What the fuck?
And
Ash!
Fuel doesn't have production.
Ash, I know you're a producer. If you did that, you and I are going to have a
He's
talk.
not in here.
That
true. Was all you. Shut up.
No, it wasn't, because I'm trying to scroll, and sometimes this fucking forum doesn't scroll right. Shut the hell up, that hell up. Damn it. Hey. Anyway, Club WWE, who gives a fuck? Join it for $14.99 plus tax plus another $9.99 to get your ibuprofen after you deal with that headache. And I'm sure it will have all the technical difficulties. Good grief on mine. But that being said, that's Backlash. So what do you think John Cena's announcement is going to be? Do you think that Jacob 2 upsets some Reigns and takes the World Heavyweight Championship? Do we see the Gingerbread Man rise again? Or do we see Sami Zayn crumble under the pressure once again? Do we see Io Sky say bon voyage to Asuka being in her way and finally going above her senpai? And is Braun Breaker ready mentally, or is he just going to obliterate Seth freaking Rollins physically? And with Danhausen, who will be Taghausen? And will it be very nice, very evil? And will it be the truth, the whole truth, or will it be awesome? You tell me. Tiny balls included. Let us know your final thoughts in the comments as we get ready to conclude. And thank you all so much for tuning in to another insane edition of City Predicting Anything But, brought to you by TED Talk. Let's go around the horn, plug some freaking stuff, and get the fuck out of here. Emmanuel, I'm glad you survived the shock cloud. Let's go ahead and talk about what you're doing, where the people can find you.
Yes, you can follow me at Interactive Games and Movies. I will pretty soon be uploading pretty soon again. I was working on that, and that's good that they've been calling me a lot. And right now, they have a brief hiatus, but it's good that I have this time to upload again and record. So be in a standby for the creation of my series, and hopefully you come and join and support the channel. Like, just leave a like, leave a comment. Like, you think it might not help, but it does help. It keeps us interactive. That's the reason why we do this. Like, no one wants to answer you, or they want to answer you. Yes, you can follow me, Emmanuel Dominguez, Facebook, ADM7224 at Instagram, or Ian Dominguez at Facebook, or Ian Dominguez at Instagram, and ADM73244 at the X. Other than that, we support the channel, and I hope you guys do as well. And any amount, any support you guys do, it helps them, and they know that it improves their channels, and they go to the right direction. If not, you're not doing your job as a fan.
Well, again, it's not about me, it's about wrestling. Support my friends, but I appreciate the kind words and the sentiment. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. JJ, I know you already got me on duty, not just for this, but something else I'm going to enjoy, and also the utter madness I have to ensue, at least for 2 hours. But I also know that you're a constantly busy man. You're also taking care of priorities while also balancing your passions. Go ahead and talk about what you've been up to and where the people can connect and find you. It's good to be back here on the forum with you again, too, man. It's been a moment.
100%. You can find me on Instagram.
Not figure the credits attention. Sometimes though with you. Continue.
Look. You will appreciate this, because when I met Grayson Waller, I don't know if I told you the story or not.
No, you didn't.
When I met Grayson Waller at WWE World, I was wearing my Chase U shirt. And he literally, he's been doing like this whole side piece thing in all his photos. So I'm getting ready to do the Triple H point at him, thinking he's going to do this. And he throws up the Chase U.
Oh, bloody hell.
And I see it out of the corner of my eyes, so I throw up the U. Because of course I'm going to represent my university, Chase U to the fullest.
You and Duke Hudson, I believe you met, right?
Well, yes, but this is Grayson Waller I'm talking about.
What the fuck, Grayson Waller got to do with it?
That's exactly my point. And I was like, afterwards, I was like, I did not expect you to throw up the U. And he told me, and this is where I know you're gonna become a Grayson Waller fan.
Hell no.
He said they're a defunct university. They're cool now.
He had to be at the funk, and then he said cool, and I'm just like, eh. Okay, I gotta continue your plugs. What you been up to?
So you can find me on Instagram at the Renegade JJ Williams, on YouTube, Casa D18 Studios, Casa D18 Studios, no S at the end, of course. Make sure you follow SR Studios 2024, where we make all of our big announcements. And speaking of big announcements, I did tease on social media. I did tease in the chat room that I have a huge announcement to make. Another interview to announce. This person will be joining us 2 weeks from today, and as of right now, it is the biggest interview to date, as they have the WWE branding behind them. We will be talking to the one, the only, the Evolve / WWE ID superstar, Jack Cartwheel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. Nice.
The man that could cartwheel himself out of any situation. Congratulations.
The hard work we put in Vegas paying off, man.
Progress
Talked to him multiple times throughout the week. Specifically, 3 specific occasions that I think really kind of helped bring this up. We saw him the Thursday prior to the ID showcase, which he wasn't even booked on, but he was there for the Lucha show that was in the venue ahead of that. Talked to him, interacted with him, got pictures with him, and Walter gave the business card and everything, and he had even made the comment about, I know we've probably got to go through somebody to get you, being WWE. And he was like, actually, no, you don't. And me and Walter just kind of paused, looked at each other, and looked back at Jack. The next day, we spoke to him at Gringo Loco's show. He got injured that night, or that morning.
Ooh.
And then we saw him the following day at WrestleCon, and he actually broke out his phone and showed us his x-rays. Like we're talking to him like an old friend. He's showing us like the x-rays of his injury. So he posts on social a couple days ago that, he's got at least a couple of weeks before he can start getting back in the gym and everything. So if you want to get him on a podcast, now's the time. So reached out to him, reminded him of our interactions, showed the picture of us posing with him, totally down to do it. So again, he is lined up 2 weeks from today, May 21st, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. We will be having Jack Cartwheel on for some midweek shenanigans.
And again, folks, stay tuned for that and so much more here live at the Super Reliable Studios. Thank you for that, JJ. All right. Well,
before we get into your plugs, let's go ahead, take a second, plug our Mighty Pink Ranger in the chat.
As I do.
You can find her on YouTube, Rangers of Wrestling, Instagram, Rangers of Wrestling, Twitch, Rangers of Wrestling, _. I do know she is also going through a slight rebrand. She is looking to launch another YouTube and X account. I don't have that information in front of me right now.
All right.
But to what you've kind of been jokingly talking about, she's calling it Pop Culture Powerbomb.
A fitting name.
So just be on the lookout for that. And when we have the information for those new accounts, you will be given those URLs so that you can like her new page, follow her new page, and subscribe to her new channel.
All right. Very good. And again, she will also be covering Comic Con Revolution next Saturday. But from one queen to the other queen, let's talk about our baddie friend Ash real quick, as always. Dickhead.
Yes, you can find Ash on X at Shadowbat Ash, mostly listening into, occasionally participating in the spaces, and on YouTube at Baddie for Wrestling. Don't be a dickhead. Be a young punk. Subscribe.
Dickhead.
And then, of course, Mr. Reliable himself, Walter. You can find him on YouTube at Rage of Wrestling, Instagram walter.cruz.940, X Walter Alex Cruz, Blue Sky the same thing. He doesn't really use Blue Sky anymore. He also was telling me he's contemplating doing a slight rebrand and maybe trying to add SRS Walter Cruz or something, SRS Mr. Reliable, to become his new handle on X. We'll see if he goes through with. If he does, then we'll get that information and everything out to you guys.
Okay.
But just be on the lookout for that. His account will probably stay the same. Like it'll still be the same page, same amount of followers and everything. It'll just have a new app because I know you can change that on X.
Right.
But
All right.
it's completely different because he's trying to separate Rangers of Wrestling and pop culture politics.
That makes sense. That's what a lot of forums do because you got multiple layers of content, but you want one focal point at each avenue, basically, because, you know,
Yeah.
people like this, people like this, you know? Give them
Yeah.
choices. All right. Well, very good. Very exciting stuff. Thank you so much for that. Again, shout out to everyone here, the Siplava Studios families. Of course, we look to be your one-stop spot for reliable, honest, to goodness professional wrestling coverage. If you want further engage with me, you know what to do. Find me if you choose on the X or on YouTube at nfoster1916. For I am nothing more but a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it. Again, you know what the Superman's brand brings you. It's predicting, it's live one-to-one coverage, and it's moderating the shenanigans primarily, as I keep it truly that simple. I do a few other things here and there once in a blue moon, but with this summer and just my mindset, I've just been taking things a little easier. But hopefully this summer I bring you some more New Japan coverage, AEW coverage. And it's one of those things where, again, stay tuned. Next week, we'll have a special predicting for Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, ahead of our coverage of Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. The next predictions to come will, of course, be TNA, at this point, Slammiversary, NXT, insert NXT here. And, of course, WWE Clash in Italy that holds near to my heart, being, you know, partly Italian. I was born here, but literally not marinara sauce, but Italian runs through my veins. So there you go. And as far as I know, I'm not related to the Mafia. If I was, well, the jury is out. What I would do with those connections to the people.
And Noah,
What is it?
Don't forget Double or Nothing.
I was about to say, I'm saving the best for last because, of course, I love all Elite Wrestling pay-per-views. They are my bar of the highest energy of passion I bring out of myself as a fan. AEW, Double or Nothing. Of course, we raise the bar what we do. Stay tuned, of course, to the AEW, Double or Nothing. That also will come later this month. In the meantime, the short-term agenda is this. We got Backlash, and we just made it official at the beginning. In case you're tuning in just now, we will be covering up the short emission on Adlash. AEW, Fairway to Hell, a 1-hour special AEW collision. It will involve Divine Dominion, Darby Allin defending the World Championship against the Bastard Pack, as well as Jungle Jack Perry defending the AEW National Championship against Godzilla Mark Davis, and much more. As, of course, we look towards the road to Double or Nothing. Then, of course, you can stay tuned for me being in the hot seat of the Late Night Show. I mean, the weekly Marvel Conferences Wrestling Masters, the Saturday Shenanigans. That will be Saturday night, May 9th, 11 p.m. Standard Time. And then, of course, it will transition into Monday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with me and Papagino, who will be there live, by the way, as we do what's now being christened Predictions League Breakdown. We give you the highs, the lows, the scores, the medians, the averages, the means, and the outlook of everyone's predictions for Team No DQ and so much more. Me and Papagino break it down statistically with our own post-show recap. Predictions League Breakdown, that'll be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And really, that's it for right now. As again, you'll see the Saturday shenanigans that I've boosted the set. Stay tuned for more on that. And you also might get more TED Talks, especially from our Canadian friend Ash. Maybe not based on a freaking corporate structuring conversation, but who knows? But as always, I'd like to conclude, accurate also. But there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters. Just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too. Especially with this month being Mental Health Awareness Month, please take care of yourselves and take care of each other and treasure your families and just their life. And enjoy professional wrestling. It's truly as simple as that. Again, if you haven't filled out the form already, it will be in the comment section down below on my social medias and on my community tab. You have till 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday, May 9th, to make your predictions official. So make sure you get your predictions in if you are part of the WWEPLE League. So let's see what some comments here are real quick. Questionable storylines. Some, where do we go from here? Solid card, those superstars, and it should be a good showing. Tears of Noah Foster, our planets. Who the fuck said that? Tears. Buying in the rumor on title match. I don't know where they go with 2 as champ, but I'm going to be pissed if Roman loses. So, well, I know that's not going to be Ash. At Backlash. I bet that's Papa Gino. Because, again, Gino, Matthew, Dave, and C-Rod, they all will be there. Shout out to C-Rod, by the way. Follow his mental health podcast. And shout out to Papa Gino. Follow him at the Papa Gino Network, of course. And check out his forum, Major Push Wrestling. They just broke over 30 episodes. A fun soiree I'd love to be a part of when I can on Wednesday nights prior to AEW Dynamite. And then
congratulations, Dora.
What?
Like, we went to a prediction and nobody disagreed. This is our first 100% agreement.
Holy shit, you're right. Every prediction was the same. What the fuck? Okay. That's weird. That's absolutely weird. But yeah, I guess so. And someone said, "What a nothing burger PLE."
I think the only places where we disagreed was, does Kyrie return, yes or no?
Yeah.
And who's going to be the mystery partner for Danhausen?
Yeah. Very nice, very evil, very weird, very
believable. That was the only real difference, but everything else we agreed on.
Well, leave it to Madman Rip and his desperate means to try and be on top of the leaderboard with me and freaking Caitlyn, I believe, and somebody else that I can't remember because I don't have the leaderboard with me, all right? So, he's going to do whatever he can to make sure he wins this year, but nonetheless, I could care less. I just want to win AEW again this year because I am all elite for life. But again, as Ash points out, and we live here, support the wrestlers, not the brand. Without the wrestlers, the brands, they don't exist. They don't matter. They're just 3 letters on the front of a freaking banner. And with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications live on demand on any of the channels here at the Simbo Studios. Again, follow us on the X. And of course, stay tuned for so much more when it comes to coverage, interviews, engagements, and entertainment, and TED Talks, apparently, when it comes to us here bringing you all sorts of forms of pop culture in and out of wrestling and sports and entertainment. And shout out to Statboy, of course, who covers the sports. But that's all I got to say for now. So thank you all so much. So Ash, to Tula, thank you for virtually being part of the panel. You're far better than Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez will ever be as a duo. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Arlene, for the stuffed animal beatdown. And of course, thank you, JJ. And thank you to all of you that have tuned in now to, I believe it's episode 170 something. I have to go get the actual number. Damn it. Of the Super Predicting Forum. Until next time, I am the Seminole Foster, reminding all of you. Oh, and by the way, also ahead of time, if we don't see you ahead of this, to all the mothers, God bless you and happy Mother's Day in advance. So make a positive impact in life. Have a good night. Thank you all for tuning in to the night's TED Talk. That was Simply Predicting Adlash. This has been Backlash Tampa. We'll see you for our coverage Saturday, and we'll see you for so much more in and out of that here at the Simply Reliable Studios. Have a good night, folks.
Believe in Faith you and believe in Joe Hendry.
God bless it. He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Never believe in Chase University, damn it, but I always will believe in Joe Hendry. And can we please fire Logan Paul? Can we fire Logan Paul and get that banner off the damn screen?
Believe in Chase U.
Never.
Believe in your mom.
No, never.
Believe in your moms.
Yeah.
You never believe in your mom?
Believe
in your moms, people.
I believe in my mother far more than Sheila Benjamin's mother, whoever cosplayed as her. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm hitting the button. Bye, folks. Thanks for tuning in again. You all continue to make this possible. Love and hate each and every one of you always. Bye-bye.